you know that we are the American Indians. Copper color Indians, baby. A real Indian, American Indian is me, not from Africa. Remember that
African Americans here, but they recently moved here from places like Kenya, Ethiopia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Zaire. But now the brother whose family's lived in this country for generations, occupying space in all the locations, New York, Miami, LA, Detroit, Chicago, even if he's wearing a dashiki and sporting an afro. And if you go to Africa in search of your race, you'll find out quick, you're not an African American. You're just a black American in Africa taking up space. Why you keep trying to attach yourself to a continent where even if you got the chance to go and you went, most people that wouldn't even claim you as one of them. As a
We are not Africans. We are not Africans. You're African American. I'm not no African. Nigga, you're a motherfucker. Nigga talking about we Africans.
What's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know, it's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big things, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, ain't ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Whoa. Don't do that, we the best coming out of BK, I thought you knew that. Step up in the function, all these women like who that. Got me looking like money, yeah, they love me, yeah, true that. Big racks, new bag, new swag, we ain't cutting no slack. Why they mad? Don't do that. See them coming, no mask, 6 feet, move back. How we got it, don't ask, don't do that. Nah, cause they ain't never put us on. Now they wanna come around and see what's going on. Nah, and we don't follow protocols. We some kings like sis, no waterfall, ISO. What you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, ain't ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it.
All right, where Cuddy? Come on, Cuddy.
Hey, sis, you already live already?
Yep. I'm waiting on Cuddy.
Okay.
Give me a moment to be sincere. Feeling this way since top of the year. Lately we've been real unsure, unclear. Is it just me? Where do you go when you disappear? Tell me your secrets, you got my ear. Room to assume it's feeding my fears. Don't wanna leave, pull me in closer. Can we start over? Don't want nobody but you. No matter what we go through, keeping it between us two, me and you. Can we survive the distance?
There you go.
Don't know what we're missing, but there is a space.
Cuddy, you cut in anytime with Mr. Miyaga. Let me know when you're ready.
Lifetimes are going like years away. More it will grow, the more we delay. I'm just hoping it isn't too late. What can I do? Sorry.
Hey, y'all. Cuddy.
Yup, y'all can hear me good.
Got it now. Yeah, I was like, where you go? I thought you was going to
Yo.
I'm making sure y'all can hear me good.
We hear you real good. You sound like you was asleep.
Oh, no. Barbecue, I'm about to have a bonfire.
Oh, wow. Hey, y'all. What's up? Mr. Miyaga.
Let's go. Let's get it.
How y'all doing?
Full screen me,
Yo.
full screen me, Sister Betty, if you do
take
not
this off.
mind.
Take the overlay off.
Yeah, if you don't mind it, full screen me
Okay.
up. We about to get
Full
on and
screen.
popping.
Okay, so that would be
On my icon, you'll
no,
see a
that's
face
not
on
me.
my icon.
Oh Lord.
Look at my
Okay.
icon, and you'll see a little face on the top left hand.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning. See? Let's get it.
That's right. Like the match.
It's the go. Cut, you killing them. I'm a wild Indian, you know I go crazy. Man, it forget to be aboriginal. 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 Man, it forget to be aboriginal.
Exes ain't the same no more. Don't give a fuck about their name no more.
Man, it forget to be aboriginal. 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 I'm from the hood, I'm still waking up my people.
That's right.
When it comes to fashion, the whole world wanna be like us. How you gonna refute that? Man, it forget to be aboriginal. 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 When it comes to music, the whole world wanna be like us. You killing them.
I'm rose gold dip. Money so blue it look like crips. Work so good this shit gon' flip. Sauce so strong this shit gon' drip, 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 drip. Dope so good these hoes gon' bite. All these bitches nigga, all this ice. Everything now God drop be pipe, 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 pipe. Flex by what I made these niggas. Daycare center I raise these niggas. Rose showers I spray these bitches. Hate me, love me, don't make no difference. Backwood rolled up nigga I smoke. Trap girl with me everywhere I go. Cocaine flow my shit so dope. All these D's wrap round my throat. TTG, I'm trained to go. Money over bitches, I don't love these hoes. IFDB, I fuck that bitch. CDC, cut that chick. No control, I don't play no game. Knock up ass, these hold my name. 4.6, I'm out of your range. Nigga Bruce Lee kick like a young Luke Kane. Like, what? Yeah, hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Dancing, dancing. Dancing, dancing. Dancing, dancing. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Dancing, dancing. Dancing, dancing. Dancing, dancing. Corner store. Yeah, I work that store. Got it at the pot, yeah, I work that store. North Guard nigga, boy, I birthed that coast. Still in my style, can't work no more. Uptown nigga, boy, I made that swag. Mask up on you, come take that bag. Real true hustle, I'ma make that bag. Real street nigga, I don't play like that. All the way live, baby girl, I'm a real one. Bloody good up on you, go OJ Sims. I don't play with these niggas, better check my pen. Mexico flag, better check these trenches. Feeling like Gucci, all my children. Nigga ain't with it, be might well killing. Nigga ain't gang, I'm feeling. Cut a nigga hand off, bitch, keep stealing. You went in the hard shoe with me. Who talk that dog fool at me? I wasn't shootout after shootout after shootout with them niggas across the street. These niggas all off a beat. I made it all off a G. But till a nigga dead or they bust my head, we don't call off the beef. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. No one can stop me. Dancing, dancing. Dancing, dancing. Dancing, dancing. Mr. Miyagi. Kid hopping out the Rari. Kick it like karate. Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi.
It's the GOAT.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace and paradise to all American Aborigines. Supreme Chief Holiday is tapped in to Waya. Sister Betty. Shout out to Sister Betty and Waya Nation. You already know it's the GOAT. Shout out DJ Cuttack, man. The best to do it, man.
Hey,
you killing them.
In here. Yo. Shout out to everybody, man. Tapped in, man. We really appreciate you guys. Real shit. Y'all know, do us a favor, man. Like, share, subscribe. Share this on all your social media platforms, man. We're going to get into some stuff, man. Hey, so, Sister Betty, we chop it up all the time. So, before we get into it, I just, I wanted to get back to the basics. Like, I mean, a lot of times, man, we be all way down the road and we ain't got the basics together. You know what I mean? So, we're going to get into a little some of that tonight, man, if y'all don't mind. Cut.
All right.
What up, though?
How's everybody doing this grand afternoon? This is a grand afternoon. Shout out to Supreme Chief Holiday and shout out to Sister Betty, the whole Waya tribe, and everybody checking everybody out. Shout out to y'all.
Salute, everybody. I'm back here, and I'm going to let the GOAT take it. Whenever he tell me to roll up his slides, they going up, and he's going to take you back to the basics.
Yeah, man, we getting back to the basics, man. So I just want to say peace to everybody, man. You don't know, sit back, you want to get it, same thing before we get going, or cut anybody? Nah, man, we just get on into it.
It's all yours, Chief.
Cook,
Shit,
nigga,
man.
cook.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, man, peace to everybody, man. On this Sunday, you say Grand Sunday, and
Mic check. Mic check. No sound. Mic check.
Sister Betty, you know that nigga don't give no fuck. Nah, he'll be right back on, man. He'll be right back on. He just fizzed out. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
No, I don't give a damn. It's tax season. Sam. No, I don't give a damn. Vegan, she gon' still eat this ham. No, I don't give a what. Start with a F, rhyme with a duck. No, I don't give a who. I fuck with AEOI, but fuck you. She don't.
Yo, man, we ain't gonna go too explicit on Sister Betty's channel. Hey, man, but you know she don't get no buzz. Hey, let's go. Sister Betty, how have you been? How have Willie been, man?
Man, I've been good. Ain't been with my brother in a minute.
That's right. You know, our brother be a little technologically inept. Shit, it be like
Cuddy
that.
could be on the moon and he be showing up.
Yeah, man. I be
And
trying.
Lady Moon, None Your Business, Kelly Green, Peanut, Bad Saint. Hey, what's good, old dude? Wyatt Tribe, watch it. Old dude, Jeremy, Brown Liquor No Ice, Ghetto Clinic, Mr. Matcha. Hey. Oh, I put it on Cuddy. There we go. I'm learning. See, I've been here 5 years and I'm still learning. This is why I said people think I could do the impossible. And can't. Hey, Rodney, Drake Cobb,
Shout out to everybody, man.
Boot Camp, Copper Aborigines. Oh, Kelly Green. Everybody up in here, man. There you go. Mic check, Chief.
all right,
Mic check, Chief.
mic check,
Mic check. Mic check.
Yeah,
Hey, we was like, you don't get no F's.
yeah. I know. Hey, so yeah, let's just get right into it, Betty.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I just wanted to start out, y'all, because a lot of times, I mean, this is like a revelation to a lot of people, but I mean, we got to get to the basics because they didn't teach us this in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about, you have to go, your mind has to go back like a child. Well, we've been miseducated from being small children. So A is for an American, right? American, originally applied to the Aborigine Negro/Indian copper-colored people who have always been North America, which is pertaining to us. That's what we talking about, North America. But when we talk about North, South, Central, and the conjoining islands, Negroes have always been here. This is the definition of American. Different variations of it, they will come in and say put more stuff in there, or whatever. When we get into the etymology of this word, American, it is applied to the Aborigines, the first inhabitants, Negroes, Indians, These are just descriptive terms of the first people that were here, or copper-colored people who have always been here that the Europeans found, who later usurped or naturalized or whatever became American citizens. This is the definition of America. So even when you go to different definitions of it, different variations of it, it still says it, even though they try to apply it to other people later. But that's later. It's originally applied to the first inhabitants, the first Americans. And so when we ask the question, who are the first Americans? It should be easy when we say we call out when we identify ourselves as Aborigines, right? Which means the first inhabitants. It's a noun. We're not saying Aboriginal, an adjective. We're a noun. We're the first people here. We're the autochthonous people who sprung from this soil, who gave civilization to the rest of the world. We're going to get into that, but I just wanted to get into the basics. The basics of this shit is that we are the original people of this land.
That's right.
Reclassified, misclassified, and wrongly classified for. And once again, we're gonna, as we go into this, we're gonna see how this works. You know what I'm saying? How this psychological thing works, and it works from kindergarten. So once again, if I was teaching any child who an American would be, right? Because it's interesting that they do not teach this in school. Like, this is not one of the definitions that would be used in school. No, we didn't get this. American originally applied to the copper-colored people that they found when they came here. Period. So when you see Negro, when you see colored on documentation, that is the denotation of this term, copper-colored people. So we have a clear record of who are the copper-colored people. We're not going to get into that tonight, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're going to stick to the basics. We got a little stuff that we want to get into, and we don't have a lot of time. But yeah, I wanted to get into the original people of this land, or the copper-colored people. Now, they talk about this guy right here, Christopher Columbus, who never existed, right? And I talk about this a lot, and I say it or whatever, and we go through it, and we went over this a few times, and we're gonna go over it again today. 1492, right? A lot of the terms, like Christopher, for instance, did not exist in 1492. So it should be a red flag in everybody's head when you say, the term Christopher didn't exist. They say, well, it's Cristobal or Crystal. None of those terms exist because the alphabet, A, B, C, D, and all that didn't exist in the 1500s. That means that somebody's creating a narrative. And this is a narrative that's an act of Congress that was created for psychological upliftment of these peasants, people who were coming over from Europe. But the flip side of it is that the storyline that comes from this, y'all, the psychological story that comes from this, is that this colonization, Christopher Columbus, these people colonized America in the 14, 15, 1600s. This didn't happen. We have been indoctrinated. We have not been colonized. We're gonna get back to that. But this Christopher Columbus character, right? Once again, clearly is not a human being, never exists on this planet, but it's a storyline, a fictional character, a mascot, right? That, once again, was to make these people feel good, but the flip side of it is to make us feel bad, feel inferior. All right, so I can't. Is this the first page of it?
No, it's not. I was just moving along because you said you wasn't gonna read it all.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of skim through a little bit. So can we go?
We on page 5. You want to go back to the first part?
Yeah.
That's the very first page.
Columbus, yeah, they say that how this dude, this legend grew and everything, and we would dive into it. Dave Roos, wrote this on August 7th, 2023. So this is more fairly new one. I went into a book called you guys, I'm gonna just reference it tonight. The Myths That Made America by Anne Hinkey. She went over this in the lecture that we did about the death of Pan-Africanism. Y'all remember that? Remember those guys? Yeah. So we broke this down through that book, but this right here is a more recent article, and this guy right here is basically saying the same stuff that she's saying. So we're gonna get a bit into this, y'all. Like I said, I want to kind of skim through this because the main part I want to get into is coming up in a minute. So so when they talking about Columbus's famed voyage and it's interesting, you know what I'm saying, because when we talk about the 14, 15, 1600s, and we talk about who owned things at this time, y'all. Who were the rulers of the sea, of industries, who were the captains of industries, right? It was people of color. So I don't want to get into these terminologies, you know what I'm saying, the names that were given or descriptive terms, because these terms are given to take and give power or influence or land, or y'all understand what I'm saying, inferiority or superiority to somebody. So they use these words that they write back in time to do this. And so of course, if you're writing for you and your people to uplift you and your people, whether it's through Christopher Columbus, you understand what I'm saying, through this narrative, because this narrative never happened. They wrote it in the 1800s and they wrote it back in time to reinforce their superiority and our inferiority. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can read shit all day, but to break down the psychological weapons, how they use them against us, and if we could break that down, we could stop them from using them. You understand what I'm saying? Well, this weapon right here, Christopher Columbus, never existed. So when we talk about this person, you know what I mean? Like I said, they say, okay, we want to make this mascot to make us feel better, but the flip side of it is that they created this story to make us feel inferior, to make us feel that somebody came here and did this to us. And so this is why we should continually take this treatment through this thing called the doctrine of discovery, right? Well, the doctrine of discovery is a fake document. And we did this 10 years ago when the Pope came out and denounced it in 2014. That 2014, y'all, when we did this. That wasn't, they renounced it and it wasn't a thing. Because the reason why, because people were suing them. They were suing the Vatican. They were suing these people because they were coming through them basing off of these stories that they were told, that these things happened, that these peasants that in the 1800s that need a story, right? This is the 1800s. So these same people got off boats in the 1400s and subdued pyramid builders, civilization givers to the world, bro. So it's a narrative, it's a story. So this is what we're gonna get into. But this Christopher Columbus thing, like I said, y'all, it's a story. It's Hansel and Gretel. It's Harry Potter. It's just a story. But once again, if you believe in the storylines, then they become real. So people say, well, we got a letter from Christopher Columbus. No, you didn't. You never get a letter from Christopher Columbus. But these people create narratives, Sister Betty. They create narratives that reinforce this narrative. They say, well, it was translated from Spanish to English. Well, English didn't exist or Spanish didn't exist in those forms in the 1500s. Now, I would love to get into linguistics tonight, but we do not have time, y'all. Love to get into that. And we are going to get into it just a little bit, y'all. But I want to go through this Christopher Columbus just a little bit. And like I said, there ain't really too much to talk about when we're talking about Mickey Mouse. Feel me? Who created him, how they created him, right? And why did they create him? This is why they created Mickey Mouse, to make you feel bad, to push themselves up. Period. And the fact that they're still pushing this narrative is a problem. So even when they come to Joe Biden, last couple of Christopher Columbus, he's still like, yeah, we feel sorry for all the atrocities and things that happened. Well, that didn't happen. Because they need that narrative to make themselves feel good about themselves. And to maintain this European superiority over Americans, when this is America, Jack. So yeah, man, I just want to say that, man. So Christopher Columbus had long been exalted as a heroic figure in American history. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of bullshit in here, so we're gonna sift through that too, right? You're so the first explorer to establish a European presence. Well, guess what? Europe didn't have a presence in that time. There was no Spain, there was no England, none of that. These things didn't happen. These are narratives, once again, that this story builds up Europe as this power that can go around the world and subdue niggas. It's crazy, y'all. Y'all got to stop that bullshit. But once again, it's a story. It's not real. It's not real, and we're gonna expose it tonight. All right. Um, so keep that in perspective. So when they say this, hey, Spain conquered this and it was Spanish Florida, that's bullshit. But they're basing all those things off of the Christopher Columbus story. And these different people that come place or whatever, they go, even if they did go somewhere, they would leave and be like, well, they discovered it, and now it's England's. You see how this worked? When England didn't even fucking exist at this time. Excuse my French, on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't believe Jesus walked on water. You hear me? So, yeah, man. So like I said, when we read these narratives, anything that you read comes from these narratives. You're gonna have to watch it. When we talk about, like, there's no book that I see as being the gospel. I haven't read it yet. I haven't seen the book because everybody's mind has been programmed through these words, period, and come through these narratives. So once again, we talk about this guy, Christopher Columbus. He's a storyline. He's a narrative to push a European mindset. Oh, this just the new world when we're ancient. When America and Americans is older than Africans, and of course Europe and Europeans did not exist at this time. So I need them to stop with the bullshit. But this is the storylines that they push, as if the ancient people were the ancient ones, right? And the scientific evidence proves this. We're not going to have time to get into the scientific evidence, archaeological evidence, craniological, all the evidence that proves who we are and that we sprung from the soil. Let's see what we got here. Earlier, Italian immigrants, vaccine, intense. Okay, they said they was facing.
Want me to read, Chief?
Okay. Yeah, I can't. Is that a G?
You can't see it, yeah. Early Italian immigrants facing intense discrimination had good reason to embrace the Genoa-born seafarer, putting an Italian face on the hero of America's origin story gave them a powerful symbol of their own Americanness, while the Columbus Day holiday gave them a national platform to bask in its reflective glow and celebrate their heritage. But as modern historians begin to spotlight the brutal side of the explorer's legacy, especially relative to Native communities, calls to abolish Columbus Day or replace it with Indigenous Peoples Day have transformed the annual celebration of Italian pride into a flashpoint of controversy.
So like once again, like, they need this psychological story, right? Why would, think about it? He's a hero of them. How would this person be a hero? Who would he be a hero to? Even if he actually existed, who would he be a hero to? Right? Obviously, the people that needed a place to go, needed food, needed clothes, needed shelter, right? Needed to be taught how to grow things. You understand this? This is just American history. This is not racism. I'm not racist. This is historianism. And we're not talking about his stories. We're not talking about the shit that they're stealing. They're stealing history. They're lying, period. So this whole concept of Europe and Christopher Columbus and stuff, they need this concept, this story, still to this day. It's like they holding on to, like, you know what I mean? Like, for why? Why would you need to push this narrative? And who would this person be a hero to? If it's people over here living in peace, doing their own thing, what part of that story that they created, right? That would be a heroic story. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I
Like
have a
what part of it?
question.
Like where? You got to
It's
suspect.
it's like so weird, Chief, because them telling providing this information in his 2014 article, and then he's going off speaking about instances in 1784, and here Benjamin Franklin is telling you all those areas are black people, basically. And he says it
Black.
here. Yeah, all Africa is black or tawny, Asia chiefly tawny, America wholly so, and in Europe. He literally is saying the Spaniards, the Italians, French, Russians, Swedes are generally of what we call a swarthy complexion, as are the Germans. So if all these people are swarthy, which is dark, go look it up. Why are we he must be referring about these swarthy Italians that are dark? Because that's who Christopher Columbus ass is at the end of the day, an Italian. And we're talking about
Well,
Italian immigrants. So I'm just like woed by this of this whitewashing.
right, but the story is fake.
Yeah, it is fake. I know. But
Like
I'm saying
think about it.
the
Like a
immigrants
couple
that's
people can
coming
get
over.
off a boat and subdue, just get off the boat. They never seen horses before or dogs, and we let a couple niggas get off the boat and just run through everybody, millions of people. Does that make sense, y'all? Just the whole narrative of breathing on niggas, smallpox, blank, all these things, bro, are just psychological warfare. It's not true. It's not real. And it's not me trying to say, oh, hey, this didn't happen to us, right? We don't need restitution. We don't need restoration. We don't need reparations. I'm saying, um, stop the people from psychologically molesting you. That's what I'm saying. And then we internalize these things and continue to push them on ourselves. That's what I'm saying. So, like I said, I'm going somewhere with this, y'all. I'm going somewhere. I definitely don't want to get bogged down in this Christopher Columbus narrative, but it's
Yeah,
important that we touch on this because this is the basis of of their conversation. They holding on to it. They need it. They need it. Nancy Pelosi and them need it. They need this story to make them feel good about themselves, and it's not real. It never happened. I'm saying it like that. Fuck what color he was. It's like saying Santa Claus, who's a fictional character, is a nigga. You know what I'm saying? No, this nigga never existed.
I
Period.
get.
This never happened. It's a storyline, and they created it. They created it in a particular time period to help these people feel good about themselves. And it
I
started out
get.
with the Italians, but ultimately they took it, because once again they stopped all the you guys are French, you guys are Italian, you guys are German. They were just we all together. You understand? And start pushing whites, which is racist. And we're not
And
racist. We don't push black.
right.
We don't push white, right? So I gotta say that I'm gonna be coming in and out of this because a lot of times when we read these things, they're still pushing modern historians or saying this. Yeah, modern historians created this and they wrote it back in time. You don't have no historical figures having these things or having anything from Christopher Columbus, his bones, his headstone, his mama, his daddy, kids, nothing, no writings. You understand what I'm saying? It's not there. Listen. When they tell you just because somebody can pull something up, man, and wrote it down, y'all gotta ask for
Well, we also need to
the original
because
text
be-
or the original document, original artifact. Yes, ma'am.
well, Chief, we also have to keep it a buck since we do have a lot of uh congressmen and congresswomen watching this segment. and understand what we mean when we talk about our educational history and us being indoctrinated, and the
Oh
fact
yeah.
that we have, okay, primary sources of Benjamin Franklin, Chief. If this is not racist, and I'm not trying to make it racist, but Europeans need not make it racist either, because we have, okay, Benjamin Franklin telling you that these very people, these Italians, are swarthy skinned people. That's dark skin, like African dark. So for them to proclaim Italians only to be all white skin is racist, because it's wrong. Because at the time in 1751, when Benjamin Franklin was given the description of these Europeans, okay, how in the hell did they all turn white? Because over here, when you hear Italian, they're white. Okay, when you hear French, they're white. So why are we leaving out the swarthy ones that Benjamin Franklin described? And that's all I'm saying. Not to you, Chief, but I'm just saying, period,
I feel
to
you.
the politicians watching. Let's tell the truth.
Well,
Not you. I'm telling the politicians.
no.
But you got
I
it.
understand. I understand. Once again, a lot of times people don't know just the basic stuff about who the actual Americans are. See, we are being um, violated, right? Because when we talk about this time period right here, what we're talking about, right? When these immigrants came over here, they were given protection and things, food stamps. That's when that was created. Um, Land. It, it's just facts. We're just talking facts. So we didn't have nursing homes, we didn't have orphanages, and we didn't have prisons prior to this. Prior to this right here. So, and I think that needs to be put in perspective as well. Um, yeah. So, hey, Sister Betty, I can't see this one either. Can we let's get into a little
Okay.
bit of this right here?
You want me to
Let's
read
break it down a little
this?
bit. Yeah,
Okay.
because I want to get past this Christopher Columbus stuff, because like I said, it's getting bogged down. Yeah.
Right.
But it's
Okay.
important, y'all. Like I said, this narrative of this Christopher Columbus guy. So any of you guys out there, just I'm telling y'all now, please stop pushing the Christopher Columbus narrative in any way. Whether he was a Moor, a black European, Sephardic Jew, all these things that are being written back in time, it's not true. That's what we're saying. So it's a lot of mis information that's being pushed, and it's not on purpose, because this is the only stuff that's being pushed in the mainstream in schools. So when we're talking about the lawsuit on the education Department of Education, very important for them to stop miseducating these American babies. Period. That's what it's about, and that's why we do this work. And if you say you love America and you care about America, right, right, then it shouldn't be an issue. Nobody should have issues, and that's the problem. We see people like these politicians who believe in open up the borders, still to this day, right? Same stuff repeating itself, giving people things that, right, taken from the people that are already here, who already been putting into that tax code or that city, or y'all understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a problem with this, because like I said, this is happening again. This is history repeating itself. Yeah, go ahead, Sister Beth. Thanks. I don't want to get bogged down in this.
Okay.
But it's very important that this is happening. This story of Christopher Columbus is the reason why the immigration issues and stuff that we have in today. Seriously, I promise y'all, it's all based in the same stuff. It's all based in the doctrine of discovery thinking. Just because they denounce it don't mean that we still don't have ordinances and laws and things that have been crafted behind the doctrine of discovery in the Christopher Columbus narrative. Because I can guarantee you Sleepy Joe and believe in this fucking narrative. See what I'm saying? I can guarantee you they do. So once again, we shouldn't be having once again, before Dr. The only person that has uh, a holiday in America besides Dr. Martin Luther King is Christopher Columbus, who is Mickey Mouse. Y'all, y'all understand what I'm saying? This is crazy. So he had a holiday. This person, like in America, why would we be uplifting European ideologies and things in America? If you're an American, if you left Europe, if you left where you coming to, why would we be pushing that here? And that's the problem we have, and we're still having it to this day, because people, if you just go across the border, or you left where you come from or whatever, but most of the time when we talk about people sending money back home and all that type of stuff, they still love their country first. We don't have no other country. America first. This is America, Jack, and we don't have no other country we come from. So the African American stuff is racist, it's miseducated, and it should also be talked. It should also be stopped. Black Americans, it's racist. Shouldn't be no fucking Black caucus. That's racist. All that shit's about to be stopped. Okay? Because you're pushing psychological warfare. You're pushing genocide, whether it's paper genocide, religious genocide, social genocide. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's genocide, and it needs to stop. And people that say they Christians or they Muslim or they Jews and all this other stuff, righteous people supposed to be don't stand with that type of stuff. That's what I thought. So once again, we know what it is. So yeah, let's get to it.
Long before mythologized by Protestants and Catholics alike, long before Columbus became the symbol of Italian American identity, he was mythologized by a largely Protestant America as a heroic explorer who paved the way for the divinely sanctioned founding of the United States by European Christians. Throughout post-revolutionary America, his name became Eubiadius. In 1784, King's College in New York was renamed Columbia College. In 1790, the nation's capital was moved to District of Columbia, and states like South Carolina and Ohio seated their governments in cities named Columbia and Columbus. In 1792, celebration of Columbus's landing was a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant holiday celebrating the new country, new land, and our separation from European nations, says William Connell, a professor of Italian American history at Seton Hall University and co-editor of the Rutledge History of Italian Americans. Columbus's heroic stature was further cemented by Washington Irving's freely embellished 1828 bestseller, A History of the Life and Voyages of Christopher Columbus, which launched the popular myth that only Columbus believed the earth was round and stood as the lone voice of reason against medieval Catholic Church authorities. But starting in the second half of the 19th century, that's the 1800s, as more Irish and Italians immigrated to America, they embraced Columbus as a pathway to validate their burgeoning communities. San Francisco's Italian Americans celebrated their first Columbus Day in 1869. In New York City, the earliest evidence of a distinctly Italian American Columbus Day was an event held in 1866, sponsored by a local chapter of the Italian Sharpshooters Association. And in 1882, a group of Irish Catholic priests founded a fraternal service group called the Knights of Columbus, which grew to have a heavy Italian American membership. It's a measure of how much respect Columbus had, says Connell, that the Irish Catholics saw Columbus as a path to legitimization, just as the Italians would. Flood of immigration parks anti-Italian violence. Lynch mob in New Orleans breaks into prison where Italian immigrants were being held, accused of murder in 1891. The masses of Italian immigrants began arriving in America in the 1880s, stood out from the predominantly Northern Europeans who came for them, mostly poor farmers escaping starvation in southern Italy. They've had dark complexions, okay? And many spoke little English. They had dark complexions. They had dark complexions, and many spoke little English. They were frequently stereotyped as simple minded criminals, and the press stoked fears of Southern Italians as all being members of the Sicilian mafia. So that sounds like niggas to me. Anti-Italian discrimination occasionally engendered brutal acts of violence. In 1891, after the police of New Orleans was gunned down in the street, police rounded up 250 Sicilian immigrants without cause, trying 9 for murder. After all were acquitted for lack of evidence, a 20,000 person mob organized by the mayor and the prominent New Orleans citizens stormed the prison and killed the 9 men, plus 2 more Sicilians being held on unrelated charges. The mob then strung up the mangled corpse in what was one of the largest mass lynchings in American history. So, Chief, does it sound like these was niggas that was being lynched and in this prison? Is it what they're telling us, that the Sicilian mafia was a bunch of black people? I'm using modern day words. I'm just asking because I've never heard them describe white Europeans as dark people, dark complexions. So I'll just leave that to the chat's imagination because I wasn't born in 1880s. So I'll keep it moving. One of the most I don't know. I mean, they were saying that
yeah, like I
these
said,
Sicilians were dark.
But
Oh, go ahead. No, Chief, you got it. I was just reading because you told me to keep going.
yeah. So once again too, like, we talk about the what, I don't know what word I want to use. When people, I say Jewish. So
Okay.
a lot of times when we talking about, especially like the Italian, the mafia and stuff like that or whatever, they leave that out. And Lucky Luciano and these guys were Jewish a lot of times.
Okay.
I just want to point that out. I'm not, once again, not all Italian people are in the mafia, right? Right.
Right.
Of course not. That's not what it's. Matter of fact, I don't even want to get into that because once again, we're just talking about immigration, but the crime did follow the immigration. Just want to point that
Okay.
out. Once again, the prison, the crime followed the immigration. You don't leave somewhere that's better than where you like. That's why we stay in America, most of us, because America's better than everywhere else. See what I'm saying?
So did the copper colored people put these
Especially
people?
before we industrialized these different places like Europe, Africa, Asia. These places were industrialized by the technology and civilization from America. But we are the civilization givers to the world. Once again, America and Americans are older than everybody else. That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how science works.
Mm-hmm.
That's how science works. Feel me? That's how science works. I wanted to get in my science bag tonight, y'all, but I think this right here is where we needed to go first. That'll be on the next one.
Okay.
Yo,
So
so
did our people,
a
Chief,
lot of these things, huh?
did our people put these
I'm sorry.
did our people put these swarthy dark skinned Italians in prisons? If they came over here, I mean, whose prisons were they? Our prisons that we built, and did we put them in prison?
And then you see they talk about the lynchings too, right?
Yeah, that's why
So
I'm
up
asking.
until 1900, yeah, and we talked about this and we showed the evidence of this. Up until the 1900s, um, these people were lynched more than the American Negro.
Okay.
Follow me? Y'all understand this? So once again, we got to get a timeline, a proper timeline of what's going on. So yeah, like I said, I don't
Okay.
want to get bogged down in this right here because this is
Okay.
weird.
Uh, all right.
Yeah, I won't get bogged
I
down in
thought
this,
it was
guys.
very. I thought it was
Cause we
very
about to go a whole
interesting.
other direction, huh? It is.
I thought
It
it was
is.
very interesting because this Italian guy is the one who wrote this, and he looks like uh Elon Musk. But I'll keep reading, Chief. One of the most startling things about the New Orleans lynchings is the response at the time, says Connell, which was anything but sympathetic to the Italian victims. The New York Times published an editorial cheering the mob justice in Louisiana and spreading anti Italian stereotypes. These sneaking and cowardly Sicilians, the descendants of bandits and assassins, who have transported to this country the lawless passions, the cutthroat practices, and the oath bound societies of their native country, are to us a pest without mitigations, wrote editors.
So you know what
He,
this reminds me of though, right? So when we talk about the Venezuelan train gang, y'all know what I'm talking about? And then most people that can't really tell the difference between somebody from Venezuela or Honduras or Colombia, right? Even
yes,
Mexico, lots of times, whatever, right? And and they still speak some of the uh,
similar language,
Spanish,
right?
yeah, similar
Yeah,
languages as well. So and similar customs and yeah, you feel me?
yeah.
Things like that. So it's hard for people to distinguish from that. So it kind of reminded me that when you were talking about them fools um, down in New Orleans cutting up and getting lynched. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we were the builders. We
Hmm.
built the prisons. You know what I'm saying? We had the technology and the knowledge and the skill to build these things. So yeah, absolutely.
Mm. So it goes
But
into
as usual, things get taken over, and we we're at where we at right now.
facts. Correct.
So yeah, go ahead.
So then it goes into even Theodore Roosevelt, then a member of the U.S. Civil Service Commission, didn't see anything particularly wrong with the murders. Monday, we dined at the Camerons. Various Dago diplomats were present, all much wrought up by the lynching of the Italians in New Orleans. Roosevelt wrote his sister, personally, I think it rather a good thing, and said so. Mm. Well, it seemed like they
My,
treating them like the niggas, but
but you know what? They be like, well,
yes, perhaps,
he? I
perhaps
ain't
they
know what
were.
he wrote his sister though. Come on.
Well,
Like, I mean, I'm just like, I don't
I
be
mean,
knowing, man.
like,
Like, see people be writing their own little spins and narratives on stuff. That's why I said I don't really care about that. But we gotta
yeah,
tell it like it is and what happened. Like, if you
yeah, I
come
get
to
it.
this country, you don't own anything, you don't have anything, and if there's not a safety net or nothing for you, right? You don't if you're not getting 15,000-20,000 in food stamps a month and then other fees and housing and stuff like that, you're gonna resort to crime, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what happened, y'all.
Okay.
And we're put into areas where we were at. Is that not happening today? And we're protected. So if anything was to happen, then there would be a problem, right? Is that pretty much it?
No, they're going into the monument and what New York City is getting into them
Yeah.
dismantling the Columbus statue. So you want me to keep reading that or move
Well,
along?
I can kind of break that down too, right? So shout out to Columbus, Ohio, man. I was out there, man. Had a good time. But it's just so much power there, man. And like on Mound Street, it's like some of the most ancient if not the most ancient place on the planet. Destroyed. They
Mm,
destroyed it, y'all. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But the remnants
yeah.
and things are still there, man. So
A
we
lot of the
definitely
old
documented a
structures
lot
are
of that
still
stuff.
there.
Uh, you know what's so crazy, right? That I got a matter of fact, I got a clip. We might play it later. But it's just it's like hidden right in our face. Like the buildings
Hmm.
be still there. They
Yeah,
just put their name on them. Like, you know what I mean? And
right.
so
Yeah.
yeah, so a lot of
Built
stuff is
around 'em.
still hidden in our face. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's crazy, man. Delaware, same way, man. Just crazy, y'all. Like I said, man, if you haven't been around this country, man, get around this country, but definitely see it with some new eyes. Like, don't
Mhm.
look behind stuff, or look, through it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot here, and so that's why, that's why we're on this American tour, y'all. So shout out to y'all, man. Tap in. Um, yeah, let's get through this, and then we're gonna get to the next part real fast. Okay.
Okay. In the face of the pervasive bigotry, prominent members of New York's Italian American community had an idea. With the nation celebrating the 400th anniversary of Columbus's epic voyage in 1892, this shit is funny because I have ancestors that was born in 1878. So that would make them like 20 years old. So um they never passed down no information of this food making a voyage to America. I'm done. But anyway, followed by the World Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893. They saw an opportunity to raise the profile of Italian Americans by associating themselves with the most American of Italians, raising $20,000. They commissioned an Italian sculptor to craft the explorer's portrait out of the finest Italian marble. The New York City's Parks Department wanted to hide the Columbus statue away in Harlem's Little Italy, but Italian American leaders convinced Tammany Hall politicians that a prominent position at the southwest corner of Central Park would assure them the Italian vote. The Columbus statue was installed on October 12, 1892, the same day President Benjamin Harrison encouraged widespread observance of Columbus's arrival, calling him a pioneer of progress and enlightenment. Um, then they're getting into the lobbying for the holiday. We don't need to read that. Then they're getting into um the Holiday Act. We don't need to read that because we know this guy's fake. But then they took it down, decided to take it down. A statue of Christopher
Right.
Columbus, which was toppled by protesters, is loaded onto a truck on the grounds of the Minnesota State Capitol on June 10th, 2020. The
Well,
protest was
and,
led
and, and
by,
even with that
oh,
though, now that a lot of stuff is coming out, they're trying to take down these statues. Robert Lee, all these different people. They're trying to erase the history. Like, okay, so we're talking about
well, they
Ohio.
might as well erase the history if it's a damn false fallacy. Because when you
Right,
look at who's coming in the borders today, that's the same way their asses came. So just put the story right. That's all, and take the statues down.
right. And so what's happening is right. So so this the same way. Okay, give you a perfect example, right? Well, you got Cleveland Indians, right? Cleveland Indians, but they're the Guardians now. But anytime that you read about, and they just say they named the Guardians in 2020, whatever, right? Whenever they changed it, but if you if you if they're talking about the Cleveland Indians in 1995, they're gonna still name them the Guardians, erasing Indians. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I see. But
So it's the
guess what?
same mindset. So uh,
They can
so
try,
they're
but
even talking about changing the name of Columbus, Ohio, to something else.
well, they
That's
just
how
ought
serious it
to.
is.
Well, they need to. They just ought to because the federal government and the United Nations told George Bush's ass that the Indians is still here. So they might as well take their shit down and put the nigger statues up with the headdresses on. I'm just saying. Put the truth in history.
Well, of course, the people that the Tories, you know, and you know they are the Tories. That's what their job was, to steal, to steal history. Bandits, robbers, thieves, stealers. That's the Tories, and that's who we essentially still dealing with. The Tories, and they work together.
So
both sides of the aisle work together, which is ignorant to me. So, hiding the history is what they've been doing by changing names.
Facts.
See what I'm saying? So if say for instance Christmas Addicts, something's no longer Christmas Addicts, right? They could change the name to something else, just erase that whole history. So yeah, this is what's going on, y'all.
Facts. Let me see. I gotta ban people from my channel because this is not the African community and they shouldn't be here. I got tired of I don't have time for the jealousy today. Okay, this is the controversial and all this. Because you say you didn't want to go through all this. So this is the guy who wrote it, David Roos. Give him his credits. He's a journalist and podcaster based in the United States and Mexico. So he wrote this article. Right. So there's your favorite guy, Chief. Should I read it?
Go ahead.
I don't know. Did you want to keep going with the other one or just keep moving? Keep it moving. Did you want to still work on Christopher Columbus or
fast? Yeah, because we're getting into the we're getting into the next part. Like it's gonna segue into the next part.
All right, so then I'll go back. I'll just leave it there. You keep it right there or keep going forward.
And you know what's so crazy too though? They don't have Christopher Columbus Day in the Caribbean islands. They don't have it in Italy. We got it somewhere where he never even the fictional character didn't even come here. So once again, they're
here.
Imposing.
Imposing. You're right. You're right, Chief. Because he didn't even land on the mainland, right, Chief? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. You got it, Chief. I think you might have a delay. That's what it is.
Sure.
You got it, Chief?
So, yeah, which part? Where we at?
Yeah, I think you got a delay. That's what the problem is.
That's crazy.
I can hear you. Yep, I can hear you real good.
Okay, I think we're good.
You were saying something about slavery.
So yeah, let's get on past this part right here. It said over the decades, as dozens of cities and states passed legislation to abolish Columbus Day and replace it with Indigenous Peoples Day. Well, we say Aboriginal People Day is every day, but members of the Italian American community have been among the holiday's fierce defenders. Now, here's my thing, right? Like, we're not gonna dictate our whole existence and life around October the 9th or whatever, right? But here's the thing. They always put their holidays or things around things that indigenous people, the Aboriginal people, were already doing. I'm gonna say it again. They just superimpose like Columbus Day on our shit already. We just taking our shit back. Go. Y'all understand what I'm saying? We just taking our shit back. It's hard for me to read this because I always gotta correct shit. I always gotta they writing shit. Their narratives. These writers, these editors, these people are writing their narratives back in time. So of course this dude right here wants this narrative to, even if he's trying to expose it, he still wants the narrative to be pushed. And I'm saying the narrative is fake. Just period. That's what I'm saying. Just to the next level when you do real research. And these dudes they know this, but they still push it because it's a part of the narrative that keeps empowering them. See what I'm saying? And if you have to cheat, that means you're not superior or supreme to shit. See how that work? If I gotta cheat you, I can't beat you. So yeah, let's get past this Columbus stuff.
Okay.
We had too long. Sheesh. Yeah, shout out to Dave. But so I wanted to pull up a primary source, and you know, me and Sister Betty like this one. The brother, and this 1894. We're trying to stay in chronological order too, y'all. So the immigrants coming off the boat, late 1800s, right? And this is Frederick Douglass. This is an excerpt from a speech that he did. So this would be what you call primary source, you guys. A lot of times people don't want to get the original of something. Now we have original of a speech that was given by brother Frederick Douglass, which is widely one of if they had, you know, when they talk about Pan-Africanism or, you know, Black History Month, Frederick Douglass is one of the names, right? He's one of those guys. So this is an important guy in the history of copper-colored people here in America. Y'all agree? Everybody agree on that? Well, I'm sure we do. So
yes,
something that he would be saying at this time, especially when he had the ear and all the great things that Frederick Douglass did, right? Whether some people agree with it or don't agree with it, but we get back to that. This is a primary source, and a lot of which would line up with the stories and family traditions that were passed down to us. Y'all follow? Right? Because 1894, right? So Sister Betty, I like how you read this, Sister Betty. You be going into this. Can you do the honors on this one? Cut. How you doing?
Nigga, I'm over here getting ready for this bonfire. Yeah, I'm listening to you cook, man. Shout out to y'all, goddamn it. Let's get it, damn it.
We won't make it boring, but yeah, we want to get to it. So yeah, man, it's the folly of colonization. Sister Betty, you got it?
Okay. Yep. Some of the words look like they're chopped off, but I'll try to get it. We have a fight on our hands right here. Fight for the redemption of the whole race, and a blow struck successfully for the Negro in America is a blow struck for the Negro in Africa. For until the Negro is respected in America, he need not expect consideration elsewhere. All this native land talk, however, is nonsense. The native land of the Americas is Negro in America. His bones, his muscles, sinews, all are American.
That's Frederick Douglass, 1894. You say the homeland, the native land of the American Negro. Huh?
I'll read it again if you want me to.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check.
Yeah, let's get it.
We have a fight on our hands right here. Fight for the redemption of the whole race, and a blow struck successfully for the Negro in America is a blow struck for the Negro in Africa. For until the Negro is respected in America, He need not expect consideration elsewhere. All this native land talk, however, is nonsense. The native land of the American Negro is America. The native land of the Americas is
It's to go.
Oh no, hold on. I got you. Said the native land of the American Negro is America. His bones, his muscles, his sinews are all American. That's a
facts.
quote by the great Frederick Douglass. It's supposed to be Umar Johnson's people right here. Umar Johnson. Did you know that the native land of the American Negro, the American Indian, the American Aborigines is America? According to the definition of America or Americans, right? This will coincide with what this brother was saying. Now, when we talk about Africa, right? By 1894, obviously, certain countries were established by people from Negroes from America that went to what is called Africa, what he's calling Africa at the time, which we can only assume right now that he's talking about what is called Africa now, right? We can only assume that. Y'all follow me? We can only assume that he's talking about over there, correct? But Negroes from here went over there to establish that. And the term Africa was applied to their then in the late 1800s when we're talking about the Berlin Conference and Bismarck and all these guys naming, carving up what is called Africa now. But the oldest place called Africa is in Ohio. Speaking about Ohio. So these terms are not indigenous. Africa is not indigenous to Europe, Asia, or what is called Africa now. I just want to put that out there so we talk about language. Like I said, we're not going to be able to get into linguistics tonight. That's another time, whatever. But I just want to point that out. So, so when we're talking about American English, right, which we speak American English, right? It's indigenous to America. And we say that all the time. And y'all be like, yo, why you're not speaking y'all language or whatever? Because our language was put into this trade language called American English now, which dominates the world. So, but it's predominantly indigenous languages or language. Algonquin, Choctaw. These are all, and that's another thing. It's like you're carving up or saying the same language. These are all, we was all speaking, we can communicate across this great land of ours, all the way down to Brazil, all the way up to Canada. We can communicate. See how this work? And these people came and put different dialects to create English, American English, Spanish, French, Italian. So these languages were created here and taken there. They wasn't created there and brought here. So I want to point that out. And I don't think nobody teach that. So, yeah. So I am the source of that. But I do have the scientific data to back up what I'm saying when we talk about the oldest languages and how our languages influence the rest of the languages across the world. So I definitely would prove that. So I just want to point that out. So when we talk about American English, yes, ma'am.
I wanted to know if I could intervene and clarify something before the Africans and Pan-Africans get too happy when he mentioned the blow to the folks over the Negroes over in Africa. Because at that time, Chief, isn't it true that they had Negroes leave here and go to Liberia?
In 1812. So that's
Correct. So that's who he was referring to when he said it's a blow to the Negroes in um is a blow struck for the Negro in Africa. So that's who he's referring to. I just don't want the
absolutely.
Africans to get too happy paying Africans and get it twisted. He's talking about the niggas that left here and went to Liberia. So that's all I wanted to
Uh-huh.
say.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely facts.
Okay. So
Absolutely facts. Absolutely facts.
all right. So
Yeah, shout out to
so
certified.
by
Um,
said yep.
yeah. So
So we got
so I want to get it. I want to get into the word slave first. Can we get into the etymology of the word slave first
sure. You want
before
me to
we get
pull it
into
up?
this? Yes,
You want
ma'am.
me to pull it up? Okay. I'll just
Yes,
remove
ma'am.
that for a
So
minute.
so
Okay.
so you guys, this whole terminology when we're talking about when they're pushing this narrative of slavery and it pertains to us, well, we know that that comes from culturally, it comes from roots. It's not passed down through our people. It's not a stories that's passed down to us. I'm from Mississippi, and we're free in Mississippi. So they'd be like the free state. It should have been the free state of Mississippi. I'm gonna say this again. A lot of y'all still scared to go to Mississippi right now. Should be though a little bit, but understand what I'm saying. Narratives have been placed in psychological walls or placed in our brains with words. These are trigger words. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, let's get to this right here. This is the etymology of the word slave. And we're going to meticulously break this down. We've done this 1,000 times, but I think, it gets confused or we got a lot of new people, and I think we got to put everybody coattail this. Let's get it.
So you want me to start up on the 1300s at the top?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 1300s. Okay. Esclave, or esclave, person who is the chattel or property of another. From Old French, esclave, 13th century, and directly from medieval Latin, sclavus, slave. Source also of Italian schiavo, French esclave, Spanish esclavo, originally Slav. See Slav,
All right, so
S-L-A-V.
let's stop right here for a second. Let's see Slav real fast. So let's see who these Slavs are because it's originally Slavs, right? That's what they said. It's originally from Slav, correct?
Correct. Okay. It's saying one of the people, Slav, one of the people who inhabit most of Eastern Europe, late 14th century. Slave, from medieval Latin sclavus, from Byzantine Greek sklavos, from a shortening of Proto-Slavic Slovenu, a Slav, which is probably related to
A Slav,
Slava.
yeah.
A Slav, which is probably related to Slavo word speech, which suggests the name originally identified a member of a speech community. Compare Old Church Slavonic Nemesi Germans related to Nemu, dumb, Greek heterophonos, foreign, literally a different voice, and Old English piad, which meant both race and language. So, Max
All right.
Vasner.
So,
Oh,
um, all right. So it gets into it a little bit more. Let's see. It said this dude Max Vasmer, right? The authority for Slavic etymologies reject a connection to Slavo. Is that Slav?
Slava glory, fame,
Slava? Yeah. Uh,
which,
of course
however,
he's what do you say, glory, fame, which, however, um, influenced Slav via folk etymology, folk like folklore. Yeah, this word is the Slav in personal names such as Russian, Miroslav. So yeah, so when we just talking about Slavonic people, right? The Russians and the Yugoslavian people, like the Ukraine and people are fighting right now, they're Slavic people, right? These people are not always all over Europe. Y'all understand that? So these places like that, put this in perspective. Spain is 9 miles today from what is called Africa today. So yeah, let's go back to the slave, John. It gets interesting.
Okay. So, do you want me to go down here or keep reading from the top?
Where we left off at. So used in a secondary sense, because of the many Slavs sold into. Hold on, you got it.
Okay. The oldest written history of the Slavs can be shortly summarized. Myriads of slave hunts and the enthrallment of entire peoples. The Slav was the most prized of human goods, with increased strength outside his marshy land of origin, hardened to the utmost against all privation, industrious, content with little, good humored, and cheerful. He filled the slave markets of Europe, Asia, and Africa. It must be remembered that for every
Hold on,
Slav,
put America in there too. Put America in there too. See, once again, they want to leave out America. If you're in the slave markets in Asia, Europe, and Africa, are we trading with these places?
correct.
Okay, let's get it.
It must be remembered that for every Slavonic slave who reached his destination, at least 10 succumbed to inhuman treatment during transport and to the heat of the climate. Indeed, Ibrahim, 10th century, himself, in all probability, a slave dealer says, and the Slavs cannot travel to Lombardy on account of the heat, which is fatal to them, hence their high price. The Arabian geographer of the 9th century tells us how the Magyars and the Pontus steppe dominated all the Slavs dwelling near them. The Magyars made raids upon the Slavs and took their prisoners along the coast to Kir, and to Byzantines came to meet them and gave Greek brigades and such wars in exchange for the prisoners. The Cambridge Medieval History, Volume 2, 1913. The meaning, one who has lost the power of resistance to some habit or vice, is from 1550s. Applied to devices from 1904, especially those which are controlled by others. Compare Slav, jib, and sailing. Similarly, of locomotives, flash bulbs, amplifiers. In the U.S. history, slave state, one in which domestic slavery prevails, and is from 1812. It is
1812.
absurd.
Okay.
Yeah, it is absurd to bring back a runaway slave. If a slave can survive without a master, it is not awful to admit that the master cannot live without the slave. Old English, well, Britain, also began to be used in the sense of serf slave. And Sanskrit, dasa, which can mean slave, apparently is connected to desa, pre-Aryan inhabitant of India. Gross's Dictionary, 1875, has under Negro a blackamoor. So Gross's Dictionary, 1785, has under Negro a blackamoor, figuratively used for a slave, without regard to race. More common Old English words for slave were piau, related to piauin, to serve, and prael, to thaw. The Slavic word for slave, Russian, rab, Serbo-Croatian, rab, Old Church Slavonic rabu, are from Old Slavic orbu, from the pi root orb, also source of orphan, the ground sense of which seems to be thing that changes allegiance in the case of the slave from self to master. The Slavic world is also the source of robot. The reduction of whatever that.
So yeah, I think we kind of got the gist of this so far, right? They did talk about domestic slavery. Can we pull up etymology of family real fast?
Oh,
Word
sure.
family. And as you guys seen, she pulled up the Mann Act. We're gonna kind of break it down. If there's no
Oh,
laws on the
God.
books for us for our so-called slavery, so I just want to point that out.
Okay. Early 15th century, servants of a household. From Latin familia, family servants, domestics collectively, the servants in a household, thus also members of a household. That's on the census sheet, Chief. The estate, property. Members of a household, the estate, property. The household, including relatives and servants. Abstract noun formed from famulus, servant, slave, which is of unknown origin.
Hold on, wait, say that again. So we know that servant and slave are interchangeable, right? So when we talking about our enslavement here in North America, this is our enslavement. Family, the color purple, nigga. Fuck, excuse me, y'all. Sunday. Family, servants. This is psychological warfare. We're not slaves. Now you want to play with enslavement, you want to play with family, yeah, you'd be like, oh, you were enslaved forever. So you're in your family forever. Even when they created the 1863, right, Emancipation Proclamation, I think we almost got to pull it up, but I feel like, Betty, you know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing this so long that like some people like y'all have smartphones, right? The Emancipation Proclamation only refers to your children are no longer your property. That's all the Emancipation Proclamation is.
Facts.
Period. Your property, your people, you are responsible for them. They abolished our family dynasties, our family farms, businesses. We all were farmers because it's an They didn't have Piggly Wiggly. What are y'all talking about? Everybody was farming. We all need to be made whole. There's records of us owning the land prior to these people coming to these territories, to our territories. There's records of this. So when we're talking about slavery, the only Slavs are Slavonic people who came here in chains. Like right now, somebody take you somewhere in chains, and even if they let you go there, you don't know nobody, he ain't got nothing. You don't speak the language. What's gonna happen?
Go, Bethy. I'll be right back.
And you
Okay,
can't go
give me a
back
couple
home because they want to
minutes.
chop your head off.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Shout out to DJ Cut Tag, man. So when we talk about this, man, family, servants, slaves. You know what I mean? We talked about this before. We had talked about, hey, ladies, do y'all serve y'all? You cook your family, you serve your family, you serve you know what I mean? They made something that's family, right? Negative. Us coming together, negative. Even with your own, not only your just not just your extended family, we even talking about your family that you got in your house that you grew up with. Feel me? We don't come together because of the stigma of this slave narrative. That's the bro. I could have came here and brought up mummies and pyramids. I got so many bags. You hear me? But I thought that if for our psychological health, we gotta stop being slaves. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get to the Mann Act real fast. Like a reference point. Matter of fact, a primary source. This is a law that's still in the books right now. That people are still being charged with, like R. Kelly, still being charged with this right now. Fake ass pimps is getting charged with this shit right now. It's called the Mann Act. And I'm gonna
The
say
man,
flag on the play because they call it the White Slave Act. I don't flag on the play. Flag. You hear
the
me?
man,
But yeah, go ahead, sis.
the
Shout out my
Mann
brother,
Act,
bro. Stone, what it do? Yeah.
the Mann Act, also known as the White Slave Traffic Act, is a federal law that criminalizes the transportation of people for immoral purposes. The law was passed in 1910 and named after Illinois Congressman James Robert Mann. The Mann Act has been used in a variety of ways, protecting young girls. The law has been used to protect young girls from sexual exploitation, punishing black men. The law has been used to punish black men for violating white society norms.
Flag.
Political,
Flag again. Hey, cause hold
political,
on, cause real fast. Uh, hold on, real fast, though, Sister Betty. The law doesn't say black or white. Just want to say that. And if you Asian man and you transport somebody somewhere, your ass gonna get caught up with the Mann Act too. I just want to point that out. So when they say, once again, the writer of this has a narrative, a responsibility to push a narrative, even though they did uh uh take down Jack Johnson with this. I just want to point that out. Who was not black. Let's go. Let's get it.
political persecution. The law has been used as a tool for political persecution, such as against Jack Johnson, Charlie Chaplin, and Frank Lloyd Wright. Blackmail. The law has been used as a tool for blackmail. The Mann Act has been investigated by the Federal Bureau of Investigations and referred to the appropriate United States attorneys. And that's the
Crazy.
end of it, Chief.
Yeah. So I think that was the end of what we wanted to do today, right?
Correct. I don't know if you wanted to open the panel and people talk about it, or I don't know. Do you
Yeah, we
want to
definitely can do
dialogue?
that because I definitely ain't got that much time. But yeah, we could definitely chop it up with everybody. And if you had any questions, Cut just stepped out for a second. Um, yeah, like I said, y'all, like the main thing for me is that we don't have an inferior mindset as Americans. America is the greatest land ever. We're the greatest people ever. We should be proud to be Americans. Feel me? We should wave our flag high and hard. This is our land. This is our country. We created we created this. We created um, elections. We created democracy. I don't even like the word. Like once again, when people take something and they we didn't call it democracy. You know what I'm saying? It's more like love. Like, because we loved our people. And that's why we built the greatest civilizations ever. The oldest civilization. We're gonna get into that, y'all. Like I said, I don't have time to get into that bag tonight. But I definitely, like, far as the psychological warfare that's been waged against our people, whatever. I see that a lot of times, Sister Betty, you my sister. You know what I'm saying? But
Fact.
I don't like the beefs that go on with the words. Like, 'cause we done had Indian versus Aboriginal. Like we don't identify as Indians. You feel me? But these are terms that, well, derogatory terms. Indian is a derogatory term, and the reason why they took it off the Cleveland Indians for them saying it is because it was derogatory. Am I saying something wrong? Am I saying something wrong? Reason why they said it's not the Redskins no more, because Redskin was a derogatory term, but they're hiding our history.
Mm-hmm.
Red, Rudy. Red comes from brown. Period. That's how. Just put a period on that. I don't got to go back and forth with y'all. You understand? So, this basic knowledge needs to be had, because we just be too pie in the sky. We want to do all this other stuff, and just the basic stuff is of knowledge of self, right and exact knowledge of self. And I don't even use the 1828 because they started to change stuff. We talked about etymology, and like I said, y'all got to tap in, man, because even everything has been tampered with. You have to know the origin of this. You have to
Okay.
know that.
So
So when
since
I
you
hear
mentioned
people
that,
saying like terms like, well, they're just Moors or they're Indians. Okay, well, the Lenape Moors. So we're saying that these African Americans, because these terms are meant to take you away from this land. So if we all can agree on that, that's where we meet up at. And make sure that you don't stay fixated on a term that was given to you for somebody else's grandizement or upkeep. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta focus. If y'all don't get nothing else out this tonight, I hope y'all get that. That you're not a slave. Keep your head up. And you can prove it. As an American, I can prove what I'm saying. I can just pull it up. Hey, right here is the definition who I am. And I got a black shirt on right now, but I'm copper colored. That can't be denied. All these other terms, yeah, are weapons and things that psychologically take us away from here. And they have tapped into us through our religions, through uh, 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 our spiritual greatness. You know what I'm saying? As spiritual, as great people. Because when we went around the planet, we didn't colonize Europe. We didn't colonize Africa. We didn't colonize Asia. We civilized these places. Y'all see how this works? And a lot of that is backfiring on us. That's just facts. Y'all can respect it or check it. So yeah, man, put the link out there.
there's people on the panel, Chief.
I don't want no smoke though, y'all. Huh? There's people on here. Shout out
Well,
to
you don't
everybody,
want
man.
no
Peace to
smoke, but
y'all.
what does somebody give you smoke?
All day nobody want no smoke, baby.
You know I'm gonna give you
All
some
day nobody
smoke.
want no smoke. Yeah.
You know I'm gonna
I
give you
don't want
smoke.
no smoke at all. But I don't think well, I know I don't say anything that's debunkable. First off, I'm never gonna get debunked. Second off, yeah, like just talk about the information. Don't be worried about, you know what I'm saying, what type of Jordans I got on. Boy, fuck's wrong with you? It's crazy. Man, it's stupid out here. Like this dumb shit. Like, what is happening? Niggas focus on the wrong stuff. Focus on some real shit. Like, we just broke ground. Y'all seen me build a duplex, right? Well, this is contracts. We just broke ground on 3 more. About to pour the slab in a couple weeks. Man, shit, work, food, clothes, shelter. So when we talk about the greatest of all time, the reason why I wear that with pride is I'm doing the work. Been doing the work. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want no accolades. That ain't shit. We want to win. We want to win. We want our communities to come up. Food, clothes, shelter. Yeah, we like to be entertained. We can entertain with the best of them. We can have some fun. But after we have some fun, now what we gonna do? People got to eat. Niggas be talking about let's go grow something. 2 years later, we still talking about growing something. Nah, money grip. It's real shit going on over here. Shout out to Alabama, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Richard Neal Bay, man. Shout out to my brother Takeoff Tyson, tuned in. Yeah, man. Peace of the guys, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Real talk. Y'all already know, man. Y'all big homie, the one and only. CEO, man. Shout out to the CEO. Y'all know what I'm saying, man? Like, it's just so much. Yeah, which who helped put this PowerPoint together to y'all. We supposed to did this like months ago. Just explain that. But anyway, there's a lot more that we were gonna get into, but yeah, we had to kind of condense it for tonight, yeah. But definitely appreciate everybody coming through. Who on the panel?
Straight Smoke. Hello, Straight Smoke. Chief is Straight Smoke and Jeremiah Myers.
Salute to you, Sister Betty. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you with your horrible mics. And Chief done fell off his own live.
I'm sorry.
He probably will pop back up.
I just wanted to come up and say that
y'all got some
this
horrible.
was excellent. It has to be said.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Hey, Jeremiah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. But I'm echoing.
Yeah, I had to ask Chief. Huh?
You might have to cut your YouTube off. Because I'm echoing.
You say you echoing?
Yeah. It's something to do with your YouTube. You got your YouTube window open?
No. Let me see something real quick.
Oh, there go Chief. Okay, Chief. We got Straight Smoke and Jeremiah Myers up here.
Jeremiah, peace. Peace of guys, man. How y'all feeling? Mic check.
I think they're getting their mics fixed.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yo, now the Indian thing, it's hard. I mean, like, I can understand that you say that that's like the derogatory term, but the American that's why I'd rather put the American in front of the Indian than actually just say Indian, because then if you actually apply, if you just say Indian, then it can apply to the people over in India.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, I mean, which is
Jeremiah, real fast. Jeremiah, real fast. I know where you're going with this, right? So
yeah,
I'm sick. We sick. We all sick psychologically, brother. Okay.
Right.
I like nigga. Nigga. I don't like no Niji, none of that nigga. Right? American nigga. Right? I like that. Right? But I'm fucked up. Y'all. I'm fucked up. You fucked up. We all fucked up, right? But the point is, they fucked us up with these terms that some of us hang on to. See what I'm saying? We just flip nigger and Indian are interchangeable. And if you know the facts of that, then you can say, okay, I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Even though we know this is what it is, it still attaches us to the Aboriginal people of this land. That's all I care about, bro. And I don't like it dividing us, because you like Indian better than nigga, and they like more better than nigga or Indian. You know what I'm saying? When it's the same people that describing people, or taking people off the land by doing that, or keeping us divided to this day. So that's what I fight against, and I fight against everybody that's fighting like that. You see what I'm saying? Because y'all wrong. I'm just gonna pull out my belt.
I'm saying that's not how I use it, because if somebody actually asks me, I say American Indian. I'm not going to just say I'm Indian and then they ask me what tribe I am, then I tell them what tribe my people's is. Just the same way that Africans carry it. Like, you can't just straight call them African. They're going to tell you what tribe they is. I'm going to straight let you know, like, I'm American Indian. I'm not no Indian from Hindustan, their country, because people can get it confused, because you got they messed up the terms when it came down to Indian, just like they call Kamala Harris Indian, but she not called American Indian. On a classification, she would be considered as an Indian American, not an American Indian. And at the same time, she wouldn't even know what tribe that she from as an ethnicity. Like, I actually know that my people Spagataway. So if somebody actually say, okay, what is you? I'll be like, I'm American Indian. And they'd be like, what is that? Well, my people just Spagataway. That's how I answer that question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Chief, your mic is muted.
I said that Indian in that conversation would be red dot or feather, right? And red dot is in Hindustan, Bharat, what over there, right? And feather would be because of how they are psychologically pushing it. Feather would be Native American. Am I correct? Well,
I mean,
Indian is not a
not really,
descriptor,
because Native
but
American is a new created term too.
hold on. Indian is a descriptive term of brown people. Indian means brown, copper colored. That's what Indian means. Don't fuck with me. Have 80 million seats, please. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah,
No,
I
I ain't
know
talking about you,
Indian
bro.
is.
You learn
No,
it.
because I know Indian applies to
No.
that, because
Hold on. But I'm saying though, but because red dot of feather is away from us, is the reason why you have the Aboriginal community that started from renegades that said, "Nah, we don't want to
it,
be a part of that. We don't want to be a part of that. We want to be this. We don't want to be a part of that. We are Americans. We don't have to be anything else. Americans. Everybody else is something else. Nancy Pelosi is something else. Donald Trump is something else. Um, uh, Biden is something else. And Kamala Harris is something else. We're Americans. That's how they work. And so we got to
all
come
I'm
together
saying
as
is,
Americans.
AT.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. We have to come together as Americans. And whether you Spagataway or Choctaw, all that, yeah, I'm a Johnson. My tribe is Johnson. See how that work? Shit. They be like, what tribe are you? Johnson, nigga. Fuck you mean? Tribe means family. So shout out to Sister Bet, shout out to Warrior Nation. Created a tribe. You don't have to be people live in your blood. Once you tribes come to come on, bro. Families. That's what it's about.
Yeah, but
Family.
see,
Family
but that would
first.
be real confusing
Yeah.
though, because see, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, my last name Myers, right? And then you got a whole bunch of paleface last name Myers. Like, you probably got a whole bunch of paleface got your same last name. But see, this is why my people's actually put it underneath of their real nationality, underneath of the Spagataway. Because at the same time, it's different palefaces and different people that can carry your same last name. And see,
Bro,
that's what's
anybody
going to
can
create
change
a
their
lot of.
name to anything. You can go to the people to change their name to anything. Or people get married all the time. People change their name all the time.
Yeah, but can't nobody be in your genealogy. See, when it comes down to my genealogy records, they can't add themselves to my genealogy records and put themselves into the tribe that my people actually is. So when it comes down to filling out, like, it depends on what you want to do, because like me, like, I'm like independent when it comes down, like, I stay separated away from my peoples because they act crazy. most of the time, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to just do me. So when it comes down to me actually filling out job applications, I gotta put American Indian. I can't put Aboriginal on there because there's no title for Aboriginal on a job application for them to actually describe who I am in this land. Now, underneath for other, I can actually put my tribe underneath for other, but at the same time is I got to circle American Indian because that's on my documentation. That's on my that's
Okay.
underneath of my social security number and it's underneath of my birth certificate. So automatically, like that's the only title that's going to apply you when it comes down to being indigenous to this land on applications.
Okay. But the
Because
fact that they
black won't
have these
automatically put you
applications,
in the title as being a descendant of an
hold on.
African.
The Constitution said that we're not to be that American Indians. I want to address this. I want to talk about this, Sister Betty. That the American Indians, aka the American Negroes, right, who have been misclassified as African Americans, blacks, and all that stuff. Everybody know who we are, right?
Just when he get ready to drop the heat in the good cookies. That's all right. He'll be back.
Yeah, and Sister Beth, you understand what he about to say because I talked to Judge O'Brien and I didn't listen to him on the other podcast about saying this, which he actually finally came out of his mouth and admitted to. The fact is that reclassification came out in the 1965 as a black term, and at the same time as he finally came out of his mouth and said Aboriginal, which I was like, I ain't even gonna go at him no more because they got him. They got him on the plug on their channel. What's that? God damn.
Chief is back. You was about to say something, Chief. Hold up, Jeremy, honey. You was about to talk about something in the Constitution.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear a car.
I want to talk about. I want to talk about
Your
the
seatbelt.
Constitution, American. Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I feel like I'm good right here. Okay, so that the American Indian is not to be taxed or enumerated, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I want to get into that bag because it's super simple. When we talk about getting remedies that
Mic check.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jeremy. You got it.
I know what he was just about to say because it's the Indian not text into the Constitution and everything. And what I came to realize in the court system, they don't care because just like I keep on explaining, like I brought this type of stuff up to these people. But see, the problem is, and this is what my lawyer told me, and this is what they keep saying. And everybody keeps saying this, which nobody don't listen. If you don't have a support system to back it up, it don't mean nothing. So when you going into their courts, just like the Native American tribes, which I know a lot of them, Lumbees, that's all in Baltimore. I know all of them. I know Cops. I know I know all of them in Baltimore for real. I grew up with them. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a court system to actually represent your own type of people, they not going to care about nothing that you saying. So if you actually going into their court system with this, they know for a fact this, just like everybody keep on saying, they know who you is automatically. But the problem becomes is the fact is who is representing you with you talking to them. So you need your tribe there. You need your family. That's what the definition of tribe is family. So you need
I mean,
you
bro,
need a backup
but you're not.
support system.
But you double talking now because you saying you not fucking with your family. So why do you keep
Yeah, I'm not fucking with my family because my family feel as though as that they
And the only
want to
reason
be
why I
on
can
their
have this
own team.
conversation with you right now is because you making it about you. It's about to go.
No, I'm just explaining. I'm just explaining when it comes down to law how this type of
No,
stuff
you're
works.
not. No, you're
Because
not explaining shit to
no,
me, sir. You're not explaining shit to me about law because you're in court and what
well,
you're saying ain't working right
well,
now.
I'm saying off of my
So
own
no,
individual circumstances.
no. What you talking about? That's all that matters. Family fucking first. Focus on that, not on what
Yeah, but if
you
your
say it all the
family
time.
don't want
Y'all
to
ain't me.
back you
I
up,
almost forgot
see,
away, sir. You
yo,
said
but
you ain't even trying to join with other tribes and other people to build some shit. You still so you should be building with your family. So whatever walls and men's and shit you need to be doing, you need to go do that, sir. Stop coming up here telling us about your
no,
bullshit.
it's not
No,
even that.
I'm just saying, bro, like for real. Get back to the information that we talking about. Taxes.
I
We
am,
want to talk
I
about
am on the
taxes. I don't want to talk
information.
about your shit. I got you, but I'm just saying though, what you talking about don't make sense. I ain't no, it don't make
Yo,
sense.
I'm talking
And
about,
we've heard
yo,
it
you
8,000
already know
times
how
though.
they separated. You already know how they separated.
Families,
You
right,
explained that
right, right.
earlier.
So I feel
Yeah, you
like just
know.
once again
Yeah, I
though,
mean, so it's a
niggas need to learn how to
dysfunctional.
mend fences with their families. Niggas don't come on the internet trying to be with nobody else. You need to learn how to be good niggas to your people first, to your babies
Yo, I can reach
first.
out to my
I ain't
peoples all
speaking to
I
you. I'm
want
just
to,
saying in
yo.
general.
But if my
No,
peoples
no,
don't
no.
want
I
to
ain't
reach
talking to you,
back,
brother.
yo,
Don't get
you can't
triggered.
help that.
Don't get
You
triggered.
can't help
Don't
that.
get
You
triggered.
can't help that
Don't get
part,
triggered.
though.
Don't get
See,
triggered.
that's the whole thing about it. I ain't triggered. I'm
Don't get
just
triggered.
saying. I had to create my
Okay.
own family. And this is what I'm worried about the most. It's my own. Yeah, I mean, because I know I still got a distant family, which is my peoples. But if my peoples actually not trying to actually come down here, back me up, I can't
Well, let's
worry
do.
about that
Let's
part.
talk about that. But don't. What is? Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing now? What's going on? Where are we going with this?
I'm just saying, this is
Where
what
are we
they
going with
talking
this?
about when it applies to law, when it comes down to different cases, even if you representing yourself as being American or being attached to this land. They want to see
Okay.
your people show
I
up.
think y'all
But
can.
if my peoples
Um.
actually avoid doing that
I don't even
because
know.
they
I don't even
obligated,
know what to
because
start,
they
bro.
work and they got other
So
different type of stuff that's actually distracting.
terrible. Yo, I was done. So we'll chop it up, man. I guess that's what we doing. Who else on here, man? Cut. You there? Let me just look at the chat, man. Can't see the chat, y'all. Hold on one second.
No, all I'm saying
Cuddy's
is, Chief,
there.
yo,
Hold up,
I
Jeremiah.
can't force.
Jeremiah.
FS,
You
old
you have to
dude,
let the
especially
host.
Novers, Lady Moon,
You
Kelly
gotta
Green,
let the host of the
DJ
show talk,
ZPE, none your
and then you
business.
mute your mic, and then unmute it
Bad
when
Saint,
it's okay to respond.
Master of Me, Certified. Peace of God,
Okay,
man. Shout
Chief.
out to everybody, man. Appreciate you guys tapping in. Real talk,
Okay,
man.
Chief.
Share this on your social media platforms, man. There you go. Shout out to the CEO, Marvay 2.2.
You got it, Chief. I don't get. You could. I guess you could go, Jeremiah, until Chief get his mic fixed.
And Sister Bethy, I shared this all on because I got this in my people's on my people's page, which is private on my Facebook page. I didn't share all this type of information out to them. But see, what I'm saying is I cannot force my family to actually work with me. Yeah, I mean, all I can do is just work with myself and worry about my own family that I build. See, yeah, I
I
mean,
understand
like
that. I
because
understand that.
sometimes it be yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so then you just do you, and don't worry about it. Let it go. Work on your family, bro. Build your family tribe. Those in your direct bloodline that want to join in will. They'll come later. But you just worry about it like you said. And when your family's ready, okay, there's Chief Holiday. All right, let's mute up until Chief say what he's gonna say. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, no. I was just shouting people out. I think I got
Oh, you
out.
were saying earlier something about
Um,
taxes. Something about taxes with Indians.
yeah, Indians not to be taxed though. So I don't. I think if we're gonna get anything, I think that I don't know anybody that should be against that, especially when we're talking about the reparation conversation. And I know people be mad at me because I'm saying that slavery's fake as it pertains to the American Aborigines, the copper colored people that were here. Yeah, it doesn't. It's, that square peg don't fit in the round hole. It does not fit. So, and I I can once again don't have a problem with anybody identifying with something that I may or may not identify as. See what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the whole thing is for us to come together to get power. So I seen somebody say something in the chat room about Jeremiah, want to get a supportive crowd to bring legal action. That should be his family. When stuff is going on, no, all that don't matter when your family in need. You understand what I'm saying? And and
Yeah.
family shouldn't feel like they can't call family. That's crazy. But once again, we made
Yo,
family
yeah,
a
but
negative
see,
thing. Not just you, bro.
Chief,
I'm just saying negative because
see,
everybody go through what you go through,
yeah,
bro.
I
Trust me.
know exactly, and everybody should know, cause all people's been through so much. That's why I'm like, I'm not even worrying about. Yeah, they know the information because they gave me the information. They passed on the information. All it is for me to do is just pass this information to my kids and create my own thing. Because if my people's not willing, because I go to the family reunions and stuff like that, and like they got caught up with society, so they actually just stuck in their own ways. I can't change them. Like, that's the whole thing about it. You can't make them do something that they don't want to do.
Right. So let it
Yeah,
go.
I mean,
End of deal. End of story. You work on your own family, like you said, and leave it at that.
Right. Yeah.
The Myers
Cut you
tribe.
there? The Myers
Cuddy.
tribe. That's what you call it. Well, matter
There
of
you
fact, you ain't
go.
even got to call it that. You know what I'm
You got
saying?
the Johnson
Call
tribe.
it whatever the hell you want to.
Hey, them
You know what
no,
I'm
Johnsons is
because
some
saying?
bad
I
people.
would still use my
Yeah.
peoples as the ethnicity of the Spagataway, but it's just the
I
whole
just be
thing
talking
about
shit.
it. Whereas those that like, cause that is my people's tribe automatically. But see, the thing is, my people's actually messed each other over so much over time, whereas those that they actually got beef amongst each other, whereas those that it's like dysfunctional. Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
when
bro.
you got
I
dysfunction
I
going
know for
on
a fact. I know for
like
a
that,
fact. Nobody
like
talk about their family like
yeah,
that but you. I just pointed out. I never heard nobody talk about their family like this but you all the time. So fuck my
shit. I got my shit posted on Facebook right now, so I hope they can
some
all
of
hear
them
me because I
might
made
not
sure that
fuck with
I
our family.
posted this on there. I made sure. Yo, I put this out, nigga, at my people's funerals, nigga. How my people's is.
So
Like, I stood up at funerals and said this
so
type of stuff. So at the same time is like, this is not nothing new. Like, I'm just telling y'all. Yeah, I mean, they just don't know how to stick
hey
together because they done messed over each other so much. Stole money, stole
hey Sister
land,
Betty.
did a lot of type of
This the
stuff.
only
Yeah,
guy
I
Okay.
mean,
that got some smoke.
I don't know. We gonna
hey,
relax.
hey, he the only one got some smoke. Oh God. Hey, I'm glad everybody got no smoke with me though. That's why I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't have no smoke with anybody. I really don't. This is how it is, man. You'll know
Well,
if I did.
let me ask you. Okay, just pertaining to the topic, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't have no smoke with this topic. I really don't. It was a great, look back on the basics, and sometimes
Yep.
we need it. The
We
basics.
the
It's certainly
basics.
from a
Just get back to
political
the basics.
perspective, right? It's certainly a political perspective.
There you go.
It
If you
is a
don't know who you are and how this is, how about this? Why is the copper colored vote and influence so important?
Because the copper colored races is the foundation of this land, just like every other aboriginal place of their
Hold
land.
on, hold on, hold
Which
on.
they
So
need
they
to.
wouldn't be. So according to them, though, wouldn't the Native Americans, right? When they vote, wouldn't they be a strong voting block, influential voting block?
No, because the original habitats of being Native American, which is a new reclassification
Bro,
on
it
a
only seems
reservation,
like they
means a
only coming for
non-American.
us. I don't understand
Yeah, because
why they only coming for our votes. Why?
we the only
There's
ones
other
that can
people out here
actually
that
prove
vote.
that we actually from this land. We the only ones who can actually prove that. The Native Americans can't prove that because
No,
they
listen.
actually is a
See, another
new.
thing though, another thing that we got to stop doing. We don't have to belittle anybody to build ourselves up. You understand what I'm saying? Not you, but just anybody. Like because um, it's just like, a lot of times like we are more destructive and that's by design to keep us busy and destroying shit as opposed to building something. So when we talking about building something, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about only builders building. We're building. That's what it's about, building something. It's not about destroying. So when we talk about building channels,
Yeah, but
like the
Chief,
reason why I'm
Chief,
going
you gotta
everybody's channel, hold on,
realize
sir.
though,
Hold on, real fast, real fast, real fast, real
you're
fast. The reason why I'm going everybody's channel is because I want to help build your channels. I want you to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna have a major following and stuff like that or whatever, and be able to do um, YouTube numbers and it'd be Sakane or whoever. You know what I mean? Y'all, you know, or what's the boy name? That's gonna fight Mike Tyson. All these dudes. You know what I mean? Like it's possible. You know what I mean? There's a lot of very talented people out there, but it's a lot of hard work too, y'all. And it takes a lot of work. A lot of times people do be wanting to skip line. But I'm willing to work with
yeah,
anybody that's willing to work with me. You feel me? So I don't really, I'm not, so once again, chiefholiday@gmail.com. Y'all tap in, interviews. Y'all want to come on our platform. We're open to give, man, and to give to the community. And that's what this thing is about. Y'all pop my shit because I am the GOAT. Any motherfucker got a problem with that, tell them to come see me. Anybody talking like that, pipe that down. Pipe that down, please.
yeah,
Please
but
pipe that down. And
Chief,
I'm on Umar
Chief,
Johnson's head because I heard him popping his shit in the public or whatever. So yeah. Hey, we got 10K for you, Umar. Hey, we're gonna get him to the school. Cut. Yeah. Shout out DJ Cut Tack, man. Y'all, man, we building over here. We working. Tap in. Support the real. All the other fake shit y'all talking about, bro, that's nothing. Y'all, nothing. So that's what I'm on, man. Shout out to Straight Smoke. I don't know, Straight Smoke having some issues. But yeah, man, like I said, it should be about coming together. It shouldn't be about taking. It should be about giving. That's all I gotta say about anything, man. I'm, I don't,
yeah, but
um,
everything easily said than
you know,
done. You know that. That
say
sound
what?
like a poetic thing to say. Like that's good and all, cause people been saying that for the past years. Like we can go all the way back and just keep on saying the same thing. That's insanity. You repeating the same thing, expecting a different result. But see, the thing is
That's
about
it. Give it
all
to me.
most all peoples. Well, I can't say all peoples because my peoples not your peoples and nobody else's. So I don't like using the word we or all or our because my peoples is not your peoples. So at the same time, is like everybody has their own agenda about the way that things is set up, And then they got all people so comfortable because a lot of my peoples, I'm gonna keep it on me. This is why I talk about me, because I can't keep on saying y'all. My peoples was so nice. Where it was that when they even got offered certain things, the people that came around them took advantage of them. The same way that they wrote history. They took advantage of because their personalities came off as just way too nice. And then over time, they didn't even know what to do because, like, people say the way that I talk in different languages and different type of educational system. If a lot of my peoples didn't go into them certain type of trades and understand this type of stuff, then certain things got took from different family members. And I'm not even going to just say them, because my own family did it to each other. And I hope they listening. My own family did it to each other. It wasn't no pale face. It wasn't none of those type of people. My own family did it to each other. And I watched it. After my grandmothers died, after certain people died in the family that holded down the family. I watched all of them sell everything. I watched all of them actually give up. I watched all of them at a younger age. So that's why I just said, well, I'm separating myself. I'm separating myself from all of them. Because they can't give me no advice because they just gave it up. And all they do is just sit around, talk about each other all the time. Like, no, I don't want to be around that. Then I watched my own little brother do that to me too. After my father died, I'm like, nah, man. I'm not going around them. I'm going to have to establish my own. Because I already know who I am. I already got my genealogy. I already got the record. So, like, what else? Do you
That's
really
it.
think that I need to go around them?
Chief Holiday fell off again, so I don't know if anybody else wants to come on the piano. Or what, but I mean, I guess, with Chief Holiday saying everyone should come together, first you got to figure out why people are in YouTube. Some folks are simply just here to learn, and they go off and do things privately with their family. Some people are in YouTube to build an audience, to educate. So you really have to understand why people are in YouTube before you say everybody come together. Because everybody that's in YouTube might not want to be part of a group or an organization. They might just simply want to come in here to learn. And then you have those that want to educate, such as myself. I like, having lectures on my lives. But off the lives, there's other things that I'm involved in. So now, people that want to get people to come together, then if that's what you want, that's something you should start doing. If you want people to come together, start building people to come together with you. That's what you should do. I mean, don't say that, we need to come together and we all need to just make things strong and come together. No, get the people that want to come together and go do something with them. Bottom line, that's what you have to do. Because if
Yeah, and as you can see,
if people aren't moving to come together, then they probably simply don't want to. However, they might just like how you lecture. So if you really, really, really want people to come together, what you're going to do, you start your list of people that want to come together and be with you. Seriously. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Yeah, yeah, and Sister Betty, like if I would have started my own podcast, I know for a fact is that I would have had a whole bunch of people. But it's not my purpose to actually do that. Like I understood, I already know that. Like I can get a lot of people on if I was to actually start up a YouTube channel. I can get a lot of people that can just sit back and just listen to everything that I'm saying because I understand that some people think that I'm funny, some people think this, some people think that, and all this is a capitalism type of mindset. And see, my goal never been coming on the YouTube on a capitalistic type of mindset because I could do that if I wanted to, but at the same time is like my goal is to get to express myself about this real history like how everybody keep on telling, but I'm not trying to break it down into books like this. I just want to come off as a realistic type person. Like I always been like a realistic type person. Like I really don't like fakeness. Like that's one thing that I don't like about me. That's why I got my own style, my own individuality. I stay away from people. I stay in my own lane. Where so is that like that is a market and promote it into the society of the United States because I can actually capitalize on that through corporation. Whereas so is that I do understand that, and a lot of people want me to do that, but I'm not a sellout.
Okay, so
So I would, yep.
On that note, take care of your business. YouTube don't always need to know your business or your family business either. That's private. It's not up for public discussion. So I would pull away from that and pull yourself into something that's more beneficial to you. So if your individual family is what's beneficial to you, then stick with that. But don't keep jumping up on everybody's panel telling them how your family is reacting because a lot of people in YouTube's families are reacting the same way, if not just worse. So now focus on your next plan. You got your goals set. Your goal is your immediate family. So now work on your objectives. What are you going to do next? And you don't have to do it with YouTube people. But if someone's offering something out there, there's people out in the community saying we need to come together and form something. Maybe you might want to be a part of that. Now, my response to people that keep saying we need to come together and lock in, then you need to get your on your computer and start telling people to join your distribution list if they're interested in coming together. Because that's what I do. And the people that want to come together and see what, ideas we could come to together with, they've come. So now if you're on YouTube and you're looking to grow your channel, then you need to go to channels where people want to help you grow your channel. Not you per se. Whatever it is you want to do. But you can't get upset when people don't want to do things with you. I certainly don't. If nobody wants to build and do things with me, I'm cool with it. But I'm not going to force nobody. I go live and we got people in the chat. So my thing is, again, the people that come on lives talking about we need to do this, we need to do that. Okay, why don't you move to the next level? Start B. You're okay. Now you said it. Now get it started. You be the leader of it. Because I'm not leading nobody into nothing. I'm not looking to formalize and come together. I'm doing exactly what I want to do in YouTube. Lecture, teach, and have very intelligent people come and vibe with me and teach and share with the audience. And then whatever we can't do on YouTube, we go and Zoom and do it. That's what I like. That's my purpose of coming on YouTube. Other than that, my life is outside of YouTube. Ain't nobody in YouTube business.
Sister
Hi,
Betty,
Robert. What's going on?
how you doing? Hey,
How you doing?
I wanted to ask you a few questions about your tribe, the Waya tribe.
Okay. Respectfully, I don't no longer discuss my tribe on YouTube. I really don't. I do not. When I come on YouTube, I come to lecture about our history, but my tribal business is confidential to me and my tribal members.
Okay, but could you answer this? You said your tribal, um, original tribal land is in Clio, South Carolina.
And your point, have you looked it up on the Clio database? You would see it's there.
No,
I
I
mean,
mean, I
what is
haven't
it?
looked it up, but
Why are you asking about? I'm not going
what
to
are your
talk about my
relations?
tribe.
So what relation do your tribe have to the PD tribe that's here?
None whatsoever.
So
We're our own.
what
Okay,
proof
all right.
what proof do you have?
Do you know how the Seminole tribe formed? They became a tribe. It's a bunch of people that are different Indians that formulated the Seminole tribe. That is the exact same thing I did. I got a bunch of Indians across the 50 states and we came together and now we're a tribe and we
So
named ourselves
how
by them
y'all ended up in Clio?
because we bought land there in 5 states. We're going on our fifth state.
So that ain't y'all original homeland. Y'all just bought property there close
My
together.
original home, the majority of our tribe members are from South Carolina. Their family lineage. I have to say like 90% of our tribal members, no, maybe even 95% of our
Okay,
tribal
but
members are originally from South Carolina. Is
what
there
connection
anything else? Uh, you know what? You
what
just came up
connection
to
you got to the
goodbye. Take your ass out of here. Again, why a tribe business is nobody's. We not connected with nobody but ourselves. And that's it. I have no further information to give you about our tribe. We exist, we love each other, and we do things together. And it's none of the public's business. If you're interested in starting a tribe, I think there's a lot of people in YouTube that want to be a part of a tribe. Perhaps you should seek them out. But do not come on my channel asking me anything about my tribal business because it's none of your business and nobody in this motherfucker. I'm chief and I'm telling you it's none of your business. If you need to hear from a male member in our tribe, one of the male chiefs, I could have them come up and explain it to you in the exact same way. If you don't want to hear it from the female chief, you can hear it from a female brother. So the next time somebody comes on the panel, I'm going to get one of the brothers from the tribe to tell you none of your fucking business about our tribe. So be gone, Mr. Lee, and do not come back asking me questions about my tribe. So, Jeremy, next, anybody else in the chat room want to join the panel and conversate?
Yeah, and see,
So
this
now
is
you can
what
leave.
that now, Sister Betty. Now, this is the type of Asian type of stuff that people be talking about. What he just asked you,
No, that's
because
that jealous shit
like,
because the bitch, that's the jealous shit because the bitch know we got one. He see us on Marlboro County records and it bothers them. It bothers them. It bothers people who have been trying to formalize a group of brown people that look like them. It bothers them. And because they haven't done it. So it's none of your fucking business. And I'm telling you, if
yeah,
that's what
because
you want to hear, if
yeah,
that's what you
because the
literally,
whole thing,
if that's what one literally wants to hear from you, if that's what you literally want to hear from me, it's none of your fucking business. We formed,
yeah,
we have a
because
lot of people, we have a lot of people in our tribe, and it ain't none of your fucking business.
Yeah, because the biggest problem is he should actually be going at the pale faces that actually went and started their own family tribes, because these is the ones who actually fake documentations, because it's actually proven on documentations throughout the Racial Integrity Act and all these different type of stuff that the Negro was reclassified. So he should be actually going on to paleface channels that actually claim that they actually indigenous to this land and asking them type of questions.
Well,
Because
see, that's the thing. That's what people that look like us do. They jump on our panel and they question us. So Why don't he go over to the $5 tribes and ask them? So, because if he's an individual claiming that this North American landmass is theirs, is his, then he should be questioning the foreigners that have formed many things on his land. Don't come to me. Perhaps it's that domesticated gene that meta material speaks about, the invasive species. So I really felt like an invasive species came on the panel to question me about my fucking tribe. So now every time somebody come up here, I'm just gonna put y'all ass in y'all place and kick you off my panel. Stop hating on my tribe. If you don't got anything to ask about the topic of at hand today, then I advise you not to come on the panel, because my tribal business, I'm telling you in advance, is none of yours. Welcome to the panel.
Well, hey.
You need to turn your TV off because it's echoing.
Oh, hold on for a minute.
What's up, Straight Smoke? Did you fix your system yet? I ain't got time for these damn hating ass goofballs. Not today. It's not about Wire today. Okay, you got to unmute your mic if you're speaking, sir. Your microphone. Okay, I can hear you now. What's up?
Hear me now?
How are you? Welcome to the panel. How are you? Yes, I can.
Yeah, my name is Phil Sanders.
How are you?
All right, and yourself and everybody else on the panel? Yeah, I had a question. I found a ancestor on the Glen Miller's Road or something like that.
Is that a street address in the town?
No, it's one of the roads that they have, like the Dawes Road.
Oh, the additional roads. Yes.
Yes. I was wanting to know, what did you know about that particular road? If you have an ancestor on that road.
Okay, so what I know about those particular roads, because they're in the hands of the Department of Interior. Okay.
Yep.
And if you're looking to be a member and you found an ancestor, you can contact them directly. You can contact the Department of Interior, and they have a process for you to prove your lineage to all the roads that they have.
Okay, so it's a process, and you can participate into all the roads once you find an ancestor.
No, just that particular road that you're on. Now, it might be a tribe affiliated with those roads. And what the Department of Interior might do is direct you to the tribe specific to that road. So it could be one of the civilized tribes, or it could be another tribe that was established and is now recognized by the federal government. And they might direct you to the tribe that established that particular role. That's how that works.
Oh, okay. All right. That's just probably what I need to know, because I have an ancestor on that particular road.
Let me explain to you in another way. Now, let's say that the federal government finally acknowledges that all the members in the Wire tribe are aboriginals to the Americas, and they put Wire Nation up there. Right. And then they're going to have a list of all Wire's members. So now if family members want to join the Wire tribe because they see a list of the Wire roles, the Department of Interior would then refer them to the Wire tribe for tribal admission. That's how that works. And then if Wire tribes denies that particular person that found somebody on Wire's roads, they can appeal to the Department of Interior, and the Department of Interior will hear both sides. That's
Okay.
a fact. So that's with any of the tribal nations. If you're denied membership, you can appeal it to the Department of Interior. But that's when if we ever become federally recognized, that's how that works.
Okay. Okay. Well, good information.
Yes, sir. I hope I didn't confuse you. Did I confuse you at all?
No, you didn't really confuse me. Some things I know because I listen to a lot of y'all and I get good information. Things that I tell myself and my family. Like I've been knowing certain things. Where it was, I was told like others that you had some Indian or you had some lineage to a nation, and I do my little research and then I find out it's true, but this is years later.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But I appreciate the info, and I'm gonna let y'all go.
You're welcome, brother.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I'm glad I've been able to help you. You're welcome to ask those type of questions anytime.
You know what? And then I'm really I'm new here. I'm out here in Connecticut. I moved out here from Philadelphia.
Oh wow! I'm from Connecticut, born and raised.
Right. So I'm hoping maybe one day, maybe I get a chance to see y'all or something somewhere. Being I'm out here. I've been out here a year. I'm in here in Connecticut. I'm out in New Haven.
Well, oh, you're in New Haven? That's like 30 minutes from where I am. But
Okay.
we are going live in Bridgeport, which is 30 minutes from, 20 minutes from after New Haven is Bridgeport if you're going south. You're going to go down south. So we'll be in Bridgeport, which is the city I was born in Connecticut.
Okay, when you said when? You said when in Bridgeport?
October.
Oh, in October. Okay, yeah. Hopefully,
yes. But we're going to be in the inside because it's too cold on
Right.
the outside. So we'll be in the inside.
Okay.
You'll see the announcement.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I would like to see something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we wanted to get on the New Haven Green, and on the day, it poured down really bad, and it just did not stop. It was horrible.
yeah.
It was horrible.
All right.
But that's okay. We got a inside location now.
Yeah.
We're actually going to use the Navy auditorium because that's free to the residents. So it'll be in the Navy. Yeah. Their auditorium. Because it's a state auditorium.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
All right. I'm gonna let y'all go and y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening.
Have a great one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Chief Smokey, I made it back, huh? Chief? Y'all mics are muted. Smoke, straight smoke. I don't know. Y'all got bad signals. Chief, unmute your mic. Straight smoke. Yeah, I'm going to tell. Hey, Sturdy Sachi, I'm going to look that up. Oh, can you hear us now, Chief? Can you hear us? You muted your mic again. Oh, God. Poor Chief. He always be in bad areas. Straight smoke, too. His mic has never been like that, ever.
I know what you're talking about because Sister Betsy, they told me the other day because I didn't even know with my router in my house because I actually came to the realization when it be skipping a little bit when you on the podcast is I didn't even know what that was coming from. They was like that you had to upgrade your router to a certain amount of because I had my router for 2 years, so I didn't even know that I had to upgrade it. So they was telling me
your Wi-Fi router. Ooh,
yeah,
you
my
got a bad
Wi-Fi router.
background.
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
It's this today is bad mic day. Something wrong with your mic right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Right now,
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
mic check, mic check.
I can hear you real
Oh,
good.
all right, yeah. So we got, yeah, man. I just want to say, hey, check, come back and close this
Can
thing
you hear
out.
me, Chief? Yeah, I'm gonna
Any
close it out.
questions? I know somebody.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
can hear you.
wanted to. Okay, what I was telling them, Chief, is that a lot of people state that we all should come together, right? And I understand that. I really do. But the people stating that we all should come together, shouldn't they get it started with getting the people together, but like getting their contact information so that they could be together rather than just say it? What are your thoughts on that? Like, a lot of sisters in the community. You know a lot of sisters and brothers in the community, way more than me. And on a personal note, you know a lot of sisters, and a lot of them are very organized. How come they can't start something up where they get contact information from people in YouTube that they're talking to come together? How come they can't do that?
They can.
Why don't
No,
you
I can
direct
say
them?
they can.
Well, I think that since you've been in here the longest, maybe you could have the women that get something established where they come together.
Um. Well,
I'm not the
yeah, I
only
know I'm
one.
barely
I'm not
around
the
now.
only.
I'm super
Yeah, I
busy
know I'm not
as
the
we
only
speak.
female. Yeah, I'm not the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
female
no,
in YouTube. There's plenty of
I
women
understand
that
that.
are very intelligent, and they should get a contact list with
No
women to
skills too.
come together and men,
Yeah,
and they have great skills. They should do it.
that's true. That's just it. It's just this hard work, man. So you either
It
love it or you
is. It's
don't.
very
You know what I
hard
mean?
work.
So yeah, like I said, I don't have no
But
fight
they also
right
have
now.
to respect
Uh,
going along the way,
so
like I did. Like I did when I started getting people together. They have to accept the fact that people are going to say, no, thank you. I'm not interested. I'm going to work with my own family. I got a lot of that when I was building Wire. So I think somebody else should take this torch and start building the people together. Because I'm done. I've done that part. So I think all these intelligent women in the community that hold panels and builds, they should do that. And the men too.
Sister Peppy, that goes to show you that most people just be talking. They really don't be believing in the information. They like the information as entertainment, but they actually don't really be believing in the information. See, this become an entertainment thing over time if
well,
cause
it's really about taking
if you still got that slavery mindset, you gonna
most
actually
people.
want everything to be handed to you.
Most people
If you
don't
still got that
appreciate
slavery
information.
mindset.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Let Chief. Go ahead, Chief. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Chief. What did you
I
say?
was just saying, man. Like I rather, yeah. Hey, y'all ready to work, man? Hit me up, chiefholiday@gmail.com, man. We definitely do need all hands on deck. That's true. We looking for a few good men and women.
What's
You
your
know what I
email?
mean?
I'm gonna put it in the chat,
And y'all
Chief.
done
So
ran away a lot.
I'm put your email.
Chiefholiday@gmail.com. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put this up. Any
So
women interested in running and putting together, woman or man interested in putting together people, you know, um, hit Chief Holiday up. He's great organizing it or giving direction on it. Anyway, hit him up. That's his email. But I'm about ready to close out too, Chief. I'm gonna go and relax and call it a day, so you could go back and get back to your work. And I salute and thank you very much, Chief, for coming over here, because now people know that when I say you my brother, and you just don't be on live no more like you used to on your channel. But Cuddy, your co-host, is always every morning. So I mean, this is still my brother. You know, I have select people that I'm just very close to.
Yep.
And that's Chief, and that is Dane. You know, everybody know I'm close with Dane. That's just a no-brainer. And you know, it is what it is. And I have my co-host now, Meta Material, who will be live tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow, Monday night. Me and my co-host tomorrow.
That's what's up.
You know, but my brother Chief is on the road.
That's
No, Robert Lee, it's not that we fake. It's that you're jealous. It's that you're very jealous and you don't have facts. So if we're fake Indians, maybe you should remove yourself from the fake Indian community. How about that? So
Oh, he most definitely out his mind for saying some stuff like that. Cause he
Yeah.
could get on this panel right now if he actually talking about some fake Indians type of stuff. Cause I will prove that I'm Spaghetti to this dude. Yo, like I love when they say that because I got all records to back everything up.
Oh, he's banned from my chat room. We don't have to respond.
This Spaghetti away and all that shit.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Sister Beth. Can you hear me, Sister Beth?
See, niggas be.
Yeah, I can hear you. You
want to pull out tribal cards. Y'all want me doing all this.
Oh, you breaking up bad, Chief. You breaking up bad.
Damn it, man. Mic check.
Okay, that's good. And I heard you too, Smoke. Straight Smoke.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't.
Chief Holiday. Go ahead, Chief Holiday.
No, I'm just like I said, man. It's really about. It's really about the work, man. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at with it. So, you know, once again, everybody channels, man. You know, if y'all have me, we'll be there. You know what I'm saying? And come with some information, come with some enlightenment, some inspiration, some motivation. You know what I'm saying? That's what we own, man. You know, America and Americans first, man. That's where we at. So I don't mince my words, man, when I say that. I'm for America and America first. So
Fact.
and no place else. So, yeah, that's what we. So
hey Chief, let me tell you something. Hey Chief, let me tell you something about Spaghetti. The Spaghetti that these people look up, right? See, this is the thing that people don't understand.
Jeremiah, your mic is messed up. I'm gonna let Straight Smoke get it. Your mic is messed up real bad. Go ahead, Straight Smoke, so I can get up out of here.
Is it possible I can just reiterate what Chief Holiday has brought real quick?
Yeah.
Again, these are fairy tales that someone wants you to believe that transpired over time. But no one can factually prove all of this. They can't.
Facts.
I really need that to sink in. These are fairy tales that they want you to believe that happened over time. I'm not going. Shout out to you, Sister Betty, Supreme Holiday, Chief Cut. Man, let's go, man. This don't make no sense. Come on.
Facts.
Come on.
How's that baby?
Oh man, Sister Betty, she's doing good. She is doing excellent. She is excellent.
Aww.
Everything is going. Everything is going well. And this was a home birth.
What did you name her?
Aria.
Oh, that's so pretty. Oh,
Aria.
So how many girls do that make?
This makes my sixth No, no, that's 7 kids in total, but this makes my 6th girl.
Oh my goodness, you're good. You're drowned it with queens. That is so
I look
pretty.
at it like this. I look at it like this. They always say, daughters to fathers and sons to mothers.
That's right. That's
So
beautiful. That's a beautiful name.
I'll take it. I'll take it. But I will again say this again. How are you following the theology of someone that's giving you a theological perspective, and you're gonna run with that? You can't verify none of this shit. You can't verify it.
And the people who wrote it,
you're just
people who wrote it weren't even in this country. Families weren't even in this countries. In this country.
And that's what I'm saying. You're taking the word of someone else's word that heard another word. This is all hearsay. Hearsay does not hold up in court. So how is it holding up in your mental? How do you believe that you were shackled and chained? How? There's no record of proof in these areas that it happened. There's no record of proof. So what are you doing? So if you ask for reparations, you have to ask for reparations from England. You have to ask for reparations from Spain, from Italy. You can't ask it from America. Get your head out your ass. It doesn't make sense. America didn't enslave you if you're a slave. Come on. Come on. Let's not do this.
Right. I mean, you can't ask the country that allowed you to come in it for food, shelter, and all this shit. You got to go to the country that caused you to run from your country. If your country ran you out, okay, and was imposing threats on you, then you need to go back to that country and ask for reparations, because United States don't owe you nothing for what your country did to you. Your country of origination.
Sister Bethy. Sister Bethy. As long as I've been following you, I asked you that question. How is it that people here think they're going to get reparations for being a slave from somewhere else? Where the enslaved you?
Yeah, that's a fact. Hi, Meta.
I remember us having this conversation.
What's up, sister? What's up to the panel? What's going on, Straight? What's going on, Eddie?
What's going on with it, bro?
Chief, what's going on with y'all?
Oh, Chief, I don't think you met my
Meta
co-host.
From the series that you was doing.
That's my co-host, Meta. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Mr. Straight Smoke? What's up, bro?
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I do want to ask you some questions, but the one thing I will always do is listen to something that if I don't know, you better listen and then take a pen and paper and go look it up.
Yes, sir.
I'm not about to trash you on what you're saying. Because if I don't know, that makes me look dumb as hell for even coming out like that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, peace, Smoke. Peace, Metal.
What's up, Big Dog Chief? What's going on, Jeremiah?
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing?
Yeah, just checking in with y'all. Yes, sir.
Oh my God, Jeremiah's mic sounds horrible.
Mic check.
No, that's Jeremiah's mic.
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
So what's good, Meta? You said you had a question, Straight Smoke. Yo. Chief, did you want to go? You ready to get out, Chief? Could you hear us okay, Chief? He must be driving. Could you hear us, Chief?
Yeah, I can hear y'all good.
Okay.
Questions. I kind of, everybody got a question. I think that we did a you know, explaining the little segment that we did. You hear me?
I think it was excellent, Chief, because
I don't know
it
what
was
more
so good.
to say after that. You know what I'm saying? You drop the mic and keep it pushing. You know what I'm talking about?
I thought it was great. I
So
thought it
shout out to
was
everybody,
great.
man. Shout out to all the American Aborigines. Yeah, man. The basic. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, you
So
breaking
I
up.
don't know if cut back yet. No, we can get some
No, he's
music, get
probably
up out
not.
of here. But
No, we were right. We're
yeah.
gonna stay on because Straight Smoke got a question to
For
ask
part
Meta.
one, man, like I said, man, chiefholiday@gmail.com, man. Got more information.
Facts. And I put your email address up, so
Let's
when
get it.
people rewatch the live, they got it. Contact Chief Holiday if you want to get together.
chiefholiday@gmail.com.
Yep,
Yeah.
I put it back up again.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Y'all builders.
Chief,
Let's get to it. We got a lot of
matter
things
of
going.
fact, I'll just pin it to the top. That way, it's up there, pinned to the top. Your background loud. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Chief.
Dedicated, Lord. Mine? Yeah.
Yeah, it's real bad. All right, Straight Smoke. Go ahead and ask your question because I think Chief is pretty much done for the day. I'm pinning his email to the top here. Pin it right up to the
Yes,
top
ma'am.
because his mic is
Yes, ma'am.
messing up.
It really was no questions. It was to restructuralize the same thing that he was saying. It's the same thing. You're taking someone's word and you can't even validate it. They can't validate it. So why is it so strongly upheld within everybody? I'm not even about to sit here and go through anything else. Why is all this stuff strongly upheld by everybody? And there's no actuals behind it. There's no actuaries. None of them. None of them.
Yeah, because
And the whole time.
Can y'all hear me?
All right, go
Sister
ahead.
Betty, can you hear me better? Can you hear me better now? Can you hear me better?
No, you actually cut Straight Smoke off. He's talking.
I was just trying to figure out if you can hear me better now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Niji Warrior, you want Chief's YouTube? It's Supreme. It's Supreme Chief Holiday. I could put that in the chat too.
Thank you, Sister Bethy. I thank you so much. The everything that you do has substance, has meaning, it has declaration, it has purpose. And shout out to you, Meta. Shout out to you as well, man. I listened to everything that you said. I had a couple questions, and I just put it in the chat. But you know what? I understood one thing. Again, if you don't know it, that is something you need to look up yourself before you question somebody that does know. How about that?
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna lie. The difference between me was I was raised up on this information about us being aboriginal to this land. And what I start to realize is when this community of YouTube and stuff like that, what I listen to, a lot of these people was raised in to this Pan-Africanness, and then they actually had to present themselves to actually recognize that they actually was aboriginal to this land. So they still caught up into two different concepts. If you caught up into two different concepts, then the concepts are going to become twisted. See, my family, like my bloodline family already knew who they was as a tribe. So at the same time, it's like this is not something that's automatically just got to be just programmed in their mind. And see, a lot of people programmed to believe certain different type of things, but when it's automatically presented to you at a younger age, like they say, that like they had to be indoctrinated at a younger age to actually believe that they was black or all these different type of reclassifications, I can feel it. I can feel it because it's going to take time for you to get over that.
Can I ask Meta a question?
Go ahead,
Meta
you got
Material,
it.
can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir, Mr. Smoke. What's going on, sir?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, it's a lot of things that you covered, but I have just like a couple solid questions. I don't know if you really covered it or even, but I said this in the chat. You know, you said that people remove themselves, if you will. I'm gonna use a lack of better terminology because just for lack of better terminology. You said people saw the problem coming, removed themselves, and went to a certain place. Correct?
No, not exactly, Mr. Smoke. When I was telling Sister Beth that I showed presentations, I showed them that the removals from the land that everybody's on the surface at, but I showed different type of vehicles, aeronautical UAPs and stuff, going in and out the ocean, in and out the volcanoes. I showed the moon map that shows distant lands that the majority of people never seen before. That moon map I showed was not discovered or created by that content creator on that channel. It's actually an old map nobody saw before. And so I didn't mean as if they just removed themselves from here, but what I did, I went in depth to describe the deuterium, which is an extra proton on a hydrogen, which no life, biological creatures, animals, me, you supposed to be around. Is detrimental to your mitochondria and chromosome. And then I went inside the depletion we call the vacuum. We don't have any iridium, the IRRIDUIM. We don't have any rhodium, the radium, and other particles that allow things to grow and be much larger and stuff. That's where we at right now. Where everybody on the surface in this little zone that everybody's at. And so I was just telling that the buildings that everybody's seen, her husband showed her buildings that was already standing there. I showed the buildings the first day of the second video I built with Miss Thunder. And I was telling that the original builders of those are not the tribes that she known as far as her tribes from ancestors. Those are a different set of builders. And I explained the technology, the mathematics, and some of the geopolymer sciences involved. So I didn't mean they just got up and left, because they're actually right here. I go by metamaterial because you can tune this material called metamaterial
Frequency.
by yes, sir. You could do it's called tuning frequency. But if I could tune this, I could tune this metamaterial.
Because I have a tuning fork. I have plenty of tuning forks. That's why I'm following what you're saying, and that's why I couldn't say nothing to you. You know, I wanted to hear you clearly out. You know? I'm being totally honest with you.
No, real quick to finish off, Mr. Straight Smoke. I was telling her that I showed her Miss Gina Cova Marie, who's an agent for different type of NSA agencies and stuff like that. Her timestamps are on point. She used the webcam, so you can go on the webcam when she live, and they give her the exact timestamps. And so you'll be able to see them cloaked everywhere. Sometimes they're cloaked in the clouds. Well, that's just metamaterial tuned to the terahertz spectrum, because people can't see in microwave, gamma, and other type of wavelengths. So I didn't mean they just got up and left. They're actually right around us at this point. It's the whole point of breathing and stuff that everybody's breathing in. They're very well aware of that because of that fallout of nuclear war that transpired not too long ago. I think those are Vermonters that people see when they speak of the Indian flying crafts, and that's the Vermonters Mercury based engine. So people that heard about them flying Vermonters in India, they see them on the temples and stuff. I'm talking about those people. Those are also melanated people, what I was saying.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but a lot of people still don't realize how detrimental Fukushima was. A lot of people don't understand how these tests that they do over time impacts the actual globe itself. They don't, it just doesn't register. It does not register with a lot of people.
Yeah.
The one thing that's killing anything, is the tests that they want to run, not on just on the human population, but how they want to run a test on the globe itself, or if you a flat earth, the flat earth itself. It doesn't make a difference. They're still running what they want you to do it's proven detrimental to all life on the planet.
Yeah.
Would you concur with that, sir?
Yeah, because what I was trying to get into, I think it was the brother Truth, somebody came on, and I was trying to get understand from a condensed material science perspective. I was telling them that in condensed material science, we put things together. It's basically condensed. It speaks for itself. That's what the ozone layer is.
Correct.
So yeah, the entire place, but it's not everywhere. So when I showed Sister Betty the moon map,
not in the coldest point.
Yeah, furthers out all that land. I don't think you guys saw the entire video because it's a 42-minute video that shows all these other lands, other than what everybody's familiar with. And so I was telling her that the ozone layer is not for real niggas with the natural genetics, because you don't have a problem with UVA, UVB, UVC. Now there's called VUV, vacuum UV, and that's under 100 nanometers. And they call it the oh my God particle at this point, because now it's only 15% of the ozone layer remaining. But the ozone layer is a triple oxygen bond with a few selenium and calcium deposit, and it refracts and reflects the UV. Now that that's almost gone, what I was telling Sister Beth is that, go ahead, sir.
I just want to ask, I don't mean to interrupt your wisdom. I don't mean to do that.
Sir.
But how do you feel about the last six CERN turn on?
Yeah, so I explained that to a brother yesterday because I had to get in. All he knew was what was called electromagnetic fields. And I was telling him that the electromagnetic fields are very dangerous to all biological creatures, and he was unfamiliar with other fields. So if I might just pull this up so everybody can see that the reason why everybody know about EM fields is because that's on Demon Time. The EM fields are introduced by Maxwell. So when you get your master's PhD in electrical engineering or physics, they make you have to learn differential equations and calculus 3 and trigonometry 2. And they make you learn the Maxwell equations. And so I went yesterday.
Straight 3.
Okay, hold up. I actually want to end it because this was the segment with Chief Holiday, and I actually want to end it. Tomorrow we'll be live. So Straight Smoke, if you have your mics and stuff fixed tomorrow, you are always more than welcome.
Hey, now, Chief Thunder, let me answer.
But I'm tired. I'm very tired.
Chief Thunder, give me 1 minute. Let me answer his question because I went around. Yeah, I went around to tell him what they're doing with the EM field. That CERN I went on yesterday on Mr. Straight Smoke, and the brother was saying because CERN is not talking about what's called magnetic monopoles, and it was called scalar interferometry fields. All the brother knew was EM fields. What CERN does is they heat the particles up to 10 million degrees. Nothing in reality uses that. That's called entropy physics. Nature, me, you, trees, bugs, animal use called negatropics technology, negative ions. What CERN is doing is when they smash those particles, they're taking the particles and they're shooting it up on a dielectric mirror, and it's going to what's called a satellite of an ionosphere heater. So everybody's seen Hawaii catch on fire or in California catch on fire. No, that's CERN and other type of particle accelerators. They shoot the heat, the beam of particles up, and then they bounce it off the mirror, and they go to what's called an ionosphere heat device, and it's on a satellite. So CERN doesn't talk about this.
It is.
Yeah, CERN doesn't really talk about this. So the brother said
exactly.
Oh yeah, go ahead, sir.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
I was
hey, Sister Betty.
I'm sorry.
Sister Betty.
I'm sorry.
Sister Betty. I got Sister Betty.
Okay.
I got one question to ask Meta real quick. I got one question to ask him real quick. Meta, check this out, right?
Go ahead, because I'm finna end this. I swear to God.
All right, I'm gonna do it real quick. Sister Betty. Look, Meta, when I was 10 years old, right? You remember how old you is?
I'm 36.
How old you is?
36.
I'm the same age as I'm the same age as you. You remember the 1996? Remember the 1996 blizzard?
Where?
Well, I'm from Baltimore for real. So you remember when the snow came up to a certain extent?
I don't
in 1996.
I don't remember what territory that happened.
Well, they had a hurricane that came through around that time, right? and I explained this to Sister Betty because I couldn't even understand if this was reality or this shit was a dream. Which what I always believed that this shit was a reality, right? Yeah, I mean, whereas those that like I was a certain weight, right? And this is around the time where we had to come outside with a whole bunch of layers of clothes on. So I know that you talk about that we actually got electricity in our body. So at the same time is I actually jumped up inside of the air, right? And I actually levitated. I levitated because I was on East Baltimore Street. I remember the address and everything. I was on 17 East Baltimore Street, and I actually jumped and levitated
Salute,
all
Sister
the way
Betty.
down
Salute.
to the 1800 block of motherfucking I levitated to the all the way to the 1800 block of East Baltimore Street because that was the neighborhood that I was from, and I kept on gliding and gliding and gliding and gliding in the sky
Okay.
because
Can't ask real questions. I can't even ask.
no, but I'm
Okay.
saying
All
I'm
right. All
saying
right.
what I'm
All
asking
right.
him, would that be realistic? If you actually only weigh a certain pounds at a certain type of weight, if the wind blowing, if it's a hurricane that came down at that certain type of temperature.
Nah, if you get caught in a hurricane, it could carry anybody if you caught up in a hurricane. Now.
Right, so it can actually make you glide. It can actually make you levitate and make you actually think that you actually moving inside of the sky if you actually jump. If your weight level at a certain amount.
I guess you could.
Okay. Remember, stay in the back. I'm getting ready to go. I love y'all. I'm out. The segment is ending right now.